can't nothing by me. I'm already in your head and I'm running around jogging.
Your thought was too scared and you can't get nothing by me. I'm already in your head and I'm running around jogging.
I'm fearless, I wake up like I'm made in this image. Walk around speaking truth, they hate it when they hear it. Yeah. I'm fearless, welcome to the stage, you gon' get it. Essence, energy, around the fade in a minute, yeah. Fearless, welcome to the stage, you gon' get it. Essence, energy, around the fade in a minute, yeah.
Theo, the true church. You know what time it is. Fearless truth. Get ready. The show is starting now.
What's good, y'all? The music started playing out of nowhere. You gotta be ready, man. You gotta know. I might go live. I might start the live like 5 minutes early. I might start it 5 minutes late. You just gotta lock in and be ready for whatever, man. What's good, y'all? What's good, everyone? Just on my Bam Boy account. I remember the profile picture, Kevin. Don't worry. What's up, man? How you doing? What music do you listen to? All of it. I have my Orthodox study Bible. It's okay, man. It's a good thing I have in your hand, you know? What's up, everybody? If y'all ain't here, make sure y'all double tapping that screen. Get them likes up. Muslims, why are you not Christian? Let me know. Do you do YouTube full time? Not yet. Hopefully I'll be able to someday, man. That'd be great. With y'all support, God willing. I see the debate between apostate prophet and dean response. No, I didn't see that debate. Oh, what's up with these Muslims saying Jesus is Muslim lately? Well, that's what they believe. Unfortunately, it's just wrong, though. So, there's that. Nick, are you getting married? Hopefully at some point. Yes, I'm Orthodox. Guest requests are open only if y'all are a Muslim. Has anyone been able to answer the dilemma? I don't even run the dilemma normally. How does Jesus have two natures? Wait, if they contradict each other? I don't think that's a contradiction. How's the festival? Festival was a W, man. For sure it was a W. What Orthodox are you? I'm Eastern. Hello? Hello? Okay, I don't know where he's at. We're gonna go ahead and move on. Again, please only request, guys, if you guys disagree or you guys are Muslim.
Yo.
Yeah, what's going on?
I'm not much, bro. I'm not Christian because I think that there's internal contradictions to the Bible.
Like what?
For example, Jeremiah 33:17 says that there will always be sacrifices before a Levitical priest. And if you've ever cracked open the New Testament, you know that sacrifices before Levitical priests are done and away with.
All right, Jeremiah 33:17, you said?
I think it's 18, actually. 18, the next verse.
Okay. It doesn't say that there will be offers always. It says that they will never lack a person, a priest, to offer them before, which just means that the line of David is going to continue indefinitely. It doesn't mean that.
Can you read the verse?
Yeah. I'll read 17 and 18 because. For thus says the Lord, David shall never lack a man to sit on the throne of the house of David, nor shall the priests, the Levites, lack a man to offer burnt offerings before me, to kindle grain offerings, to sacrifice continually.
Exactly. So they will sacrifice continually.
No, it's saying they will never lack a man to offer to continually. It doesn't mean they're always going to offer. It says that they're never going to lack the man, though.
Okay, so let's say that I grant that they never lack the man. If there is a man that they need to offer to, that automatically entails that they're offering something, and it says that they will offer continuously.
No, it doesn't mean that. It just means that there always needs to be someone in that priesthood. That's all that means. That fits the line of the priesthood.
Yeah, I think you're kind of reading that into the verse. I don't see that.
It literally says, if you read the context in verse 17, David shall never lack a man to sit on the throne of the house of Israel.
And then it also says that continue on.
Nor shall the priests, the Levites, lack a man to offer
Mhm.
burnt offerings before me, to kindle grain offerings, and to sacrifice continually.
Yeah. So the priest will never lack someone before them, right? The priest will never they will never lack someone before them that is offering a sacrifice. So that means there will forever be a lineage of priests or high priests that will continuously have people offering sacrifices to them.
No, it just means that there's always going to be that person that's offering it, that's able to offer it. Not that they are continuously offering it. It's talking about potential, not actual.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, I agree with you. So that's what I'm arguing. It's saying that they will always have a person before them. You just said it yourself. I hope you can clip it. You just said it yourself that they will always have a
They will
person.
always have someone that has the potentiality, not that they will in actuality offer sacrifices.
Yeah, I don't see you're kind
And
of reading it now.
by the way, that continually in that word just means for a long time. It doesn't mean forever, just so you know. But that's besides the point.
Okay, like I'll grant that. The point is, okay, let's say that we say that Jesus is the final high priest and he is the final sacrifice, right? The verse doesn't talk about an eternal sacrifice. It talks about a continuation of sacrifices before priesthood.
It talks
And
about a
also,
continual potential sacrifice, not actual sacrifice.
okay, and yeah, I think you're reading
The
that
Old
into the
Testament
verse.
literally says there's going to be a final sacrifice at some point.
Yeah, I would agree. That would be a contradiction, though. That's
It's
what I'm
not a
saying.
contradiction, bro. It's literally talking about how they're always going to have someone to do it, not that they always will do it. There's a difference between always having someone to do it and that person always doing it.
Okay, let's say that I grant that. Even though I think you're reading that into verse, we can get back to that later. I want to grant that temporarily, just so that we can get into something else.
Great.
I don't think that Jesus would be the final high priest because he's not of the lineage of Aaron. He's not. He's not a Levite. So how can he be one of the people that they
Yeah,
sacrificed to?
he's according to Mary, he's going to be from David.
Yeah, it's fine that he's from David, but he's not from Aaron. And Aaron, you have to be a Levite in order to be a high priest, right?
In order to be the high priest?
Yeah, you
What
have
verse are
to
you
be a
referring
Levite.
to?
Well, I mean, that's just how I understand things. I think somewhere in Leviticus it talks about this.
No. Where? What verse?
Yeah, I just like I said, this is just what I've heard.
Yeah, I don't know what verse you'd be referring to.
So you're saying
You'd
that
have to show me.
just to clarify that you can be a high priest and you don't have to be a Levite.
Yeah, the final high priest doesn't necessarily have to be from Aaron. You'd have to show me that from the text.
But would you agree that previous to the final high priest, all high priests would have to be of the lineage of Aaron?
Just typical priest, yeah.
Okay, so why exactly is the final high priest excluded from this? That kind of
Because the
sounds.
only entailment of a future high priest that he has to be from the line of David.
And is that prophesied within Scripture, or are you?
That he has to be from the line of David, yeah. Jeremiah 23.
Well, I'm not talking about Jesus being. He has to be from the line of David. I'm talking about the final high priest. Is it prophesied somewhere?
You're cutting out. Hello? 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 Yeah, you might be muted. He said he has a call. We'll give him a sec. Okay, he said BRB. All right. Well, guest requests are open if y'all disagree. Please only come up if y'all are Muslim. I think the super chat, by the way, said you should debate Deconstruction Zone. Sure, if he comes on. I accept anybody that disagrees, so. The order of Melchizedek. Amen. Amen. Christians, why aren't you Muslim? Because Islam goes against the previous prophets. It's an issue. That's an issue. Bruh said vagina is better. We get woman and alcohol. Yeah, that's exactly what the devil would want y'all to think. oh, you can have all the things that are sinful on earth, you can have those in heaven. They suddenly don't become sins anymore. Lord have mercy.
My dad called me.
Yeah, you're good.
So, like we were saying, would you agree, yes or no, that all of the high priests previous to Jesus would have to be a Levite?
You'd have to show me that.
No, I'm just saying, would you agree? Yes or no?
You'd have to show me.
I'm not making a statement. I'm not affirming or denying this. I'm just asking you, would you agree that, yes or no?
No, you'd have to show me.
Show you what? I'm not affirming or denying anything.
Okay, so I said no. I don't confirm that it has to be that way.
Okay. All right. So, okay, let's get back to the previous thing. So, the verse, I think you're reading into the verse adding potential and actual, because I don't see where exactly it says anything about that. From what I understand, like plainly reading the text, it says that there will continuously be sacrifices.
It doesn't say that. It says there will always be a man to offer it. Not that the man always will, but the man will always exist.
And okay, let's assume that this man always does exist. That automatically entails that you're offering something to that man, right?
No, it doesn't. It means that he's able to offer.
Yeah, okay, so he's just, I mean, the Bible, I'm assuming you don't take the position that the Bible just arbitrarily says things, right? Whenever it says that there's a man...
This is literally talking about how that lineage would never end. That's the whole point.
That's what you think it's saying?
Yes, the lineage of the house of Israel will never end.
The house of Israel. Okay, so that's what you think it's saying.
Yes.
Okay. That's not a bad explanation.
Do you have anything else?
Yeah, I do. I heard this argument from a Muslim on live the other day. He was saying, would you take the position that God is not dependent on anything?
Correct. Yeah, we don't think he's dependent on anything external to his being.
Okay. Would you say that God, according to Hebrews chapter 9, would you say that God needed his blood to be shed in order to forgive the sins of people?
That he needed it to be shed? What do you mean by need? Need for us, we needed it to be shed. He didn't need for it to be shed.
Well, I mean, that's what the verse says. It's Hebrews chapter 9, I think, verse 3.
Yeah, we needed it to be shed, not him.
Well, it says specifically, like I want to quote it verbatim. It says...
Hebrews 9, verse 3, right?
Yeah, I think that's the verse, but that one I'm not too sure about.
Definitely not Hebrews 9:3.
Yeah. So
let me check verse.
What it says verbatim is had it not been, or without the blood shed, there would have been no forgiveness for sins.
Yeah, it's necessary for us, not for him. Because God didn't even need to forgive us. So it's not necessary for him.
Of course, but it's saying clearly that the verse. I'm sorry.
I don't even know what verse you're referring to. It's not even here.
Let me just search it up real quick.
Okay. I'll try to find it. I think you're talking about Hebrews 9:22.
Yeah, you got it right. That's Hebrews 9:22.
Yeah, it doesn't say anything about God is dependent on this. It just says, according to the law, all things are purified with blood, and without the shedding of blood, there's no remission.
What does remission mean?
Yeah, remission is going to be like a final atonement, pretty much. It's like an atonement.
Okay, so you're saying that this verse is telling us that without the shedding of his blood, we would have never been able to receive
we would have never gotten remission. Yeah.
Okay, I have one more.
Sure.
So, how was it? It was one of the verses in the Gospels where Jesus says that whatever you ask for in my name, I will give to you. And he says that you can move mountains in my name and they will move, right?
There's stipulations to that. If you read Matthew 5 and 6, there's stipulations.
Matthew 5 and 6? What would be the stipulations?
The stipulations is, number one, it has to be in accordance with his will, right? You can't ask God to cease to exist. That don't make any sense. Has to be in accordance with his will. Also, you have to be in a line with him. You have to be following what he says. That's what Matthew 5 and 6 says. And also John 15 as well. if you read John 15, it talks about how you need to abide in him. If you don't abide in him, you're cut out. So if you're not even abiding in him, then these prayers, of course, you're not going to get what you asked for. So there's certain stipulations to these things. And when this verse is talked about, you would have already read those verses because it's after those. So they would have assumed you already would have read those verses. As a matter of fact, let me see what verse it was.
Okay.
Yeah, it's in John 14, so it's like later on. So you would have already read everything that where it already said that you need to like do the things you need to do, and that like whatever you ask needs to be in accordance with his will, etc. So you're reading John 14 in the context that you already read the prior verses where he talked about the stipulations.
Okay. Why is everybody in the comments talking about this Leafy guy? Everybody's saying Leafy smoked you.
Oh, I don't know. Probably because I made a video, my recent TikTok, and I caught him in 3 different lies, and they're like pretty upset about it. I don't know. I guess.
Okay. All right. Well, I appreciate this conversation.
All right, man. Take care.
Thank you.
So, Gazit, good to have you in, man. Yeah, he's been begging me for a debate now because he got caught lying so many times in our debate. It looks so bad for him.
Hello.
I edited the hell out of that video. Please show me where I edited. The only editing I did, which wasn't even editing, was that the video started 2 minutes after our conversation because it wasn't there. Please show me anywhere where the video's edited, though. Yeah, what's going on, man? What you got?
Yes. So Muslims, why aren't you Christians? So you want the Muslims changing from worshiping the Creator to worshiping the creation?
No, you're still worshiping the Creator when you worship Christ.
Christ is the creation.
No, Christ is the Creator.
Oh, so he said, I'm the Creator.
Yes.
And he created the heaven, and he created the earth, and he created everything.
Yeah. That's what Colossians 1:16 says.
And who created him?
I just said he's uncreated.
He's uncreated.
Yes.
What? He's not the creation?
He's not a creation, no.
How come when I see him in front of me, that means he's a creation?
No, it doesn't. Colossians 1:16 says he created all things.
Okay, and he's a creation too.
No, he's not. Nowhere in the Bible does it say he's a creation.
It's weird. So he's the God. You know what's Quran chapter 12 verse 40 says? It says, whoever you worship besides the God are just names that you and your forefathers has made up.
It's a good thing we worship God, though, and not someone other than God.
Just a name. Jesus is not doesn't mean the God.
Yes, Jesus is God. According to the Bible, Jesus is God.
According to the Bible.
Yeah.
You know Jesus doesn't know anything about the Bible?
Jesus doesn't know anything about the Bible?
Everything was written 50 years after him.
Do you not think he exists anymore? Did he just suddenly stop existing? That's not what, like, he still exists in heaven right now.
Okay, so he knows about the Bible.
Yes.
And he preserved it.
Yes.
It was even written by people, they speak different language that he spoke.
No, there's not. What language do you think the New Testament was written in?
Oh, it's written in Greek.
Okay, and he spoke Greek, right?
No, I'm sorry. Greek is not a Semitic language.
Oh, okay. So then how did?
Semitic language.
Okay, so if he didn't speak Greek, how did he quote from the Septuagint?
Oh, so you want to say his first language is Greek, like his mother?
I didn't say his first language was Greek.
mother.
I didn't say his first language was Greek. I said he spoke Greek.
Listen, man.
So you didn't answer my question. How did he quote from the Septuagint if he didn't speak Greek?
Oh, so he spoke fluent Greek then?
Just answer the question, bro. How did he quote from the Septuagint if he didn't speak Greek?
Oh, maybe there is a translator. Maybe there is someone else there. Maybe he speak a few. Maybe few.
No, he literally spoke to Pontius Pilate too.
So his mother also spoke Greek?
We don't know if his mother spoke. Probably.
You don't know the language of his mother, but somehow you know.
No, we know the language of his mother. We know his mother
of
at
the
least
Bible.
spoke Aramaic.
How to say the Bible in Aramaic?
How do you say the Bible in Aramaic?
Yes, the
No,
Bible
I don't
is a
speak
Greek
Bible.
word.
I don't
The
speak
Bible is a
Aramaic.
Greek-
Lord have mercy.
the,
So I don't speak
the
Bible.
Bible is a Greek word.
I
You
don't
say the
speak
Bible-
Aramaic, bro. What does that gotta do with
Aramaic is the
anything?
main language that Jesus
This,
spoke.
this is literally how my brain, bro, like happen when I talk to people like this, my brain just like explodes. Bro, I don't speak Aramaic. What are you talking? What does that have to do with anything?
But Jesus' language is Aramaic. It's a
And Greek
language, like
and
his mother.
Hebrew.
Okay, how to say the Bible in Hebrew then?
I don't even know how to say it in Greek.
Oh,
I
you
don't speak Hebrew
know.
either.
Oh, you're following what the Greek did.
Yeah, the New Testament's written in
yeah.
Greek.
Yeah, of course, yeah. It's like Zois, you know.
I know what Bible means in Greek.
No.
That's all that matters.
You know, Christianity is a Greek philosophy. It's a Greek mythology that Jesus doesn't know
Ah,
anything
Greek
about.
mythology. Oh my god. Prove it.
Yes, it is. Like
Oh my
Zois.
gosh.
You know Zois when they used to worship Zois?
Bruh, prove it.
It's not even his real name, Jesus. Like they added the J. They create their
Bro,
own
that's
religion.
called a transliteration. Bro, do you have an argument?
I have an argument.
Please provide it.
Yes, everything I'm saying is history proven.
It's historically proven that Jesus didn't speak Greek.
It's not his first language. Even if
I
he
didn't
spoke
say that's not what I asked you.
language.
I said, is it historically proven that Jesus did not speak Greek?
Okay, the apostles spoke Greek.
That's not what bro. You
You're
just not answer my
Jews.
question.
No. Why you want to
Answer my question, dude.
Listen, man. You just
No,
wanna
I just
deny
asked.
the
I
truth.
asked you a question, bro. I said, is it historically accurate that Jesus did not speak Greek?
Is it his? Yes, it is because his main language. Are you gonna tell me? So the Egyptians spoke Greek.
So Jesus didn't speak no Greek.
I don't think Greek is a Semitic language. And
How does that
also-
mean Jesus didn't speak it?
So you listen. Jesus' language is Aramaic, but you want to close your eyes about that, and you want to say no, he spoke Greek. No, it's proven. No, Jesus' language is Greek. No, it's
Yes,
not.
he also spoke Greek. What's the issue?
Jesus' language is Aramaic. His mother spoke
Oh
Aramaic.
my gosh, bro. Show me that he didn't also speak Greek
So how do you want me to show you?
in any way, shape, or form.
Greek-
Show me any
the
church
Greek-
father, like
Listen,
any
listen.
historian.
They-
Matter of fact, just show me a single historian that says he didn't speak
The
Greek.
Greek created a religion using Jesus.
Oh my bro, just show me one historian that agrees with you.
Show you what?
One historian that agrees
Jesus
with you, bro.
on the cross said, Allah, Allah, lima sabachthani.
It wasn't even Allah.
In
That's not
Aramaic.
how you say God in Aramaic, dude.
He said, Allah, Allah, lima sabachthani.
Great, that's Arabic. That's not Aramaic. What
He
is
said,
what is
Ilahi,
God in
Ilahi,
Aramaic?
lima sabachthani.
Oh, so you tried to purposely switch Ilah to Allah.
The
Huh.
same meaning. It's the same meaning.
Without
Semitic
lies,
language.
Islam dies, man. That's crazy. Ain't that crazy how you had to switch
What?
the language? You
It's
had to do
a Semitic language,
half
the
of it.
same meaning.
You had to do
Allah
half
or
of it in
Ilah.
Arabic.
Oh my God! What's the difference between
Without
Allah?
lies, Islam dies. That's crazy, huh? Half of the sentence. He tries to slip Allah in there. That's not how you say it in Aramaic. Bro, try to just slip Allah in there like we were just gonna let that slide. Like we just gonna let that slide, man. Heck nah. We ain't letting that slide over here, man. Hello?
Yo, what's up, man?
What's going on?
Yo, I'm not a master debater. It's just a South Park reference, but I have a question that I haven't had a Christian answer me, like in a way that's satisfactory. So maybe you can give me an answer. It's a
Okay.
good faith argument, by the way. This isn't like a troll type of question.
All right.
Okay. Let's say you're a Christian, okay? Like you're like a true Christian in terms of like you accept Christ as Lord and Savior. You know, you try to do your best, or even though you're saved just by faith alone, right? Correct. Right.
Said
good
faith
way.
alone?
Yeah, faith alone.
Ain't nowhere in the Bible does it say you're saved by faith alone. The only time
No,
faith faith alone is used in the Bible is when it says we aren't saved by faith alone.
Okay, so we'll do faith plus works in this case. Either way, we'll do it on the tenses that these are the things you have to do to be a Christian to be saved. Okay, so you follower of Christ. You also do the works in His name. You go around doing do whatever you're supposed to do as a Christian. Okay, by that you are saved from hell. Okay, but you were also not just saved from hell. You were in turn brought up into heaven. Okay, but here's the thing. There are aronophobia, or the people who fear heaven. If you are a Christian, you are forced into heaven no matter what, against your will, even if you don't want to go to heaven. You love Christ in Him.
Dang, God forbid we're forced into infinite goodness. God forbid.
Well, okay. So, that would be like an assumption. Like, you can still be a Christian, love God, and not want to go to heaven. That doesn't mean that you did.
No, you can't. You can't, because to love God means you want to be with Him. So that would be a contradiction to say you love God but don't want to be with Him.
No, that would be a no true Scotsman's fallacy. Because you were saying, like, a no true Christian would not want. You would say, well, he's not really a Christian. He doesn't want to be in God's presence. But what is the relationship with me in heaven any different than the relationship I have here on earth?
Because we're saying that to love Him, you long to be with Him. That's one of the prerequisites to love God.
So to love God, I also have to yearn for heaven.
Yes, to be with Him.
Okay, sure. So in the Bible, yes, it does say to yearn for heaven in a specific verse. But if you take that quite literally, then should I also be selling all my belongings and say everything I should, so I should walk the earth forever and preach Christ's name? Because if you take everything so literally, then you basically live in
it's funny you mention that, because actually that was what our sermon was about in liturgy this past Sunday. That verse does not say sell everything, absolutely everything you have. All he said to that man was sell your belongings. He did not sell everything. He did not say sell everything you have. He just said sell your belongings. Not all of them. He's not saying go and be poor. Like go and be in straight poverty. That's not what he's saying.
Okay, but if we sell our belongings, it's implying inclusive of your belongings, everything that you own.
No, he didn't say sell all your belongings. He just said sell your belongings.
All right, well, that is up to interpretation, but it is kind of like an interesting way to think about it, because it's like, well, I love Christ, I do everything for Him, but I'm aronophobia. I have the fear of heaven. So if I reject Christ, I've done all this for Him.
I don't know why you would have a fear of infinite goodness. I ain't gonna lie, bro.
Okay, well, you're pretty assuming everyone else's perspective on it.
I'm just gonna have to say that's that might be the most irrational fear ever. Is to fear infinite goodness. That I ain't, bro. It might be something you need to go to therapy for. I ain't gonna lie.
How can there be therapy other than Christ our Lord? There ain't nothing higher than that.
Huh? Bro, God still allows therapists, bro. Like, therapists are a good thing still.
But that is a free will. But it doesn't matter how you frame it. It's a paradox of free will, because you're going to be forced into heaven even if you are a Christian and don't want to go to heaven.
Yeah, God, bro. I literally don't know how the frick you wouldn't want to how would you be a Christian and not want infinite goodness? I'm not gonna lie, like, that just don't make any sense to me.
Well, there are people that fear infinite living. The fear of not wanting, like, for example, if you go to heaven, it says there will be no frown, there will be no.
You're lagging, bro.
In a way, you're also getting stripped of the knowledge of evil. You can't feel that. You're getting everything stripped from pain.
You're lagging, bro. Okay, you can try to talk now, maybe.
For example, what might be paradise to you might be hell to someone else. Like, oh, I can't wait to go to, that's not
really the case.
That sounds like a great place.
I disagree.
Goes, oh, that's an S-hole, bro.
No, I disagree. I think good is objective. I don't think goodness is subjective. So unless you desire evil, that's the only way my heaven would be like hell to you, is if you desire evil.
Right, but I don't think there is an objective good. I like me myself, I'm not a Christian. So
that's fine, but in Christianity, our answer to this would be that there is objective good. So that if you desire God, you desire good, therefore you desire heaven, because it's infinite goodness.
All right, I want to come back and maybe have like an in-faith discussion about maybe can God be evil, right? By using the same logic that we determine God is good.
Sure, yeah. Just let me know, man. Appreciate you hopping up.
All right, good chat, man. You have a good one.
All right, take care. Grazik, the reason I didn't say that is because every historian says it. So I just was like, I just would rather have him shown one. It'd be easier for him to show one than me to show him every single historian. Because if I just show one, Brett is going to say, oh, it's only one.
Hey, what's going on?
Yeah, what's going on?
So here's my question. Here's why Christianity is false. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
And specifically the form of Christianity, the Trinitarian belief. The Trinitarians did not exist before Christ. Can you show me? Okay, good. Does God change?
No.
Okay. So did God reveal Himself as a Trinitarian, as a triune God?
Yes.
All the time?
Yes.
with consistency?
Yes.
Fantastic. I love it. How many prophets and messengers came after between Jesus and Moses?
I don't know the exact number.
Maybe 10? Let's say 10?
Probably
Good.
10 to 20, something like that.
Fantastic. Fantastic. So, do you know any Jewish community who believed God is triune before Christ?
I mean,
Any
yeah,
book
Alan
says
Siegel.
that?
I mean, Alan Siegel has a book about how there was
Power is in heaven?
well,
That's
just about how there was different Jews that believed in different sorts of things, about how there
Different
had to
sorts.
be multiple persons. I also did a interview with Dr. Michael Brown on this, where we literally the title was literally, "Did the Jews before Christ believe in the Trinity?" And he also confirms, yes, there were Jews that did believe in at least some sort of multi-personal God.
At least multi-persons, not a Trinity. See, I was very clear. I was very clear in my question. Did they believe in
The
the
Trinity
triune
is a
God?
multi-personal God, so
No. Yeah, but 5 persons and a multi-person as well, right?
yeah,
did-
so it's possible then they still believed in the Trinity, because the Trinity is a type of multi-personal God. We're not saying
It's
all
not-
Jews believe that, but yes, there were Jews that believed
I'm
that.
not saying that. I'm not saying that. I said, show me a sect of Christianity believe the triune God that you believe in.
Yeah, I
You
would just
can't.
say Judah. All the prophets believe in the Trinity, so
My brother, not outside of the Bible, a sect. Like, for example, you are a Trinitarian, correct?
there wasn't even sex in the way there is today in
That's
old
not.
Judaism.
That's your problem. That's not my problem.
So
Listen,
you're
so
asking
you-
me for something that didn't exist. Like, give me a sect
so-
of Judaism during that time. Well, there wasn't sex at the time like there is today.
What do you mean? Who told you this? There's no different Jewish.
No, there wasn't
communities?
objective communities in the way there is today within Judaism back then.
There were no
During the
sects.
time
The-
of Moses, there wasn't those
I
different
said
communities
between
like there is
Moses
today.
and Jesus. So,
Yes,
show me
between
one
Moses and
Trinitarian
Jesus,
sect.
typically the earlier times, closer to Moses, there wasn't those type of sects like there
Okay,
is today.
Nick,
They were very disorganized.
Okay, Nick. I think so. Disorganized means they have different beliefs, correct?
No, disorganized means they don't have a set foundation. They have different
A
beliefs.
set foundation of beliefs.
No, not a set foundation of beliefs.
Oh, so
Like
they-
a church,
so they
like it's
all
like a
have-
central church.
Okay, so did they have a set of foundation of beliefs, a foundation about who God is, what God is, clearly, like a
Yeah,
triune?
the prophets. Yeah.
Not a prophet, the Jews who follow
Yes,
the prophets.
the Jews who follow the prophets, who believe what the prophets
Okay.
said.
So you believe in Jewish traditions there were Trinitarians before Christianity?
All the
today?
prophets were Trinitarians.
Okay, so Nick, I spoke to John Steele. You know John Steele?
What does John Steele have to do with me, bro? Just
Yeah,
focus
so I spoke-
on our conversation.
No problem. I'm just telling you that John Steele told me yesterday.
Okay, good for you and John Steele. That has nothing to do with me, bro. How about you focus
But
on
I'm
our
just-
conversation?
No, I'm giving you a Christian who actually.
That's
is your
fine.
brother.
That has nothing to do with me.
He's not
It's all
your
about
brother.
our conversation. He is my brother. It's all about our conversation.
Okay, he said God did not reveal Himself as a Trinity in the
Why am
beginning.
I even talking to this dude, bro? So you can't refute me, so you have to try to get me to disagree with my friend. Like, it's just embarrassing. Okay, I'm just gonna move on. You can't refute me, so... Oh, good God. Next. Yeah, there's no reason to even go about that, because he's not gonna be able to show me John said that anyways. Hello?
Hello,
Yeah, what's going
how are
on?
you?
I'm good, what's going on?
Not much. I just figured I'd come up and explain why I'm not Christian.
Sure.
I just really have a really hard time, even though I've tried to understand the position of the Christians about the Trinity, and I'll tell you, you guys believe it's one essence and three persons, correct?
Yes.
So my major problem is I don't see how God. I know you guys don't believe that man is a god. You believe that God took on flesh, became man. I just still have a really hard time with that. I don't see how he could have two natures and he was fully divine and fully human.
Wow, like, what's the issue with him being that? You say you don't see how, but, like, all the apostles and prophets, like, taught that he was that way.
Right. So I'm not against like your position. Like I understand it. I'm not going to try to, make it another way. But my other problem is like, yes, you're right about the apostles and the disciples believed he was God and all that he was resurrected, but and there is evidence that he was possibly crucified outside of the Bible. But the thing is, I don't see the 500 um, witnesses. There's no other accounts I can personally find outside of the Bible
What is that?
that
But
have
yeah,
seen
that's
him.
fine if there's not that. How does that disprove Christianity though? If there's
Well,
not if
I
there's not an
didn't.
account of the 500 witnesses outside of the Bible.
Well, brother, I'm trying not. I'm just explaining why I'm not a Christian. See, I can see that where the Christians say that there's evidence outside of the Bible of Jesus being crucified. Even if I accept that, I don't see anywhere outside of the Bible that proves anyone witnessed him. You know what I mean? Like, that's my
Okay, so if
contention.
let's see if we're consistent. If I use that same standard and said to you, we don't have any evidence outside of Quranic sources that the moon was split in two, Muhammad's miracle, does that mean now you shouldn't believe that?
No, of course not. That's just how
So you're
you have your
inconsistent.
beliefs and we have. No, I'm not. What I'm saying is that there's 500 witnesses and there's some people outside of the Bible who have seen Jesus being crucified. But I don't see sources like written outside by,
So why don't you
Pontius
believe
Pilate.
that? Why don't you believe that? Because there's not sources, but then you believe that Muhammad split the moon when there's no outside sources.
Well, that's a good question. I guess that's a bit hypocritical, maybe, or maybe
Yeah, it is.
biased.
Yeah.
Right, but that's what I'm saying is if 500 people saw him in the Quran, I don't believe that in the Hadith it doesn't really say people witnessed it beside like two Sahaba or something like that.
Yeah.
But that's all. That's all I came to say.
Well, that's my point.
I just
I would just think about that for a minute, right? Think about how you are kind of inconsistent on this basis. Kind of think about that. Think about why that might be. Try to open your mind a little bit to it.
no, I do actually. I've spoken to God Logic and other Christians who explain the position. I actually didn't realize the way you believed in the Trinity.
Hmm.
And he tried to explain how the Son is begotten from the Father. But for me, it's like if there was God, the Father, and he begot the Son, how could that be an eternal person? If one comes first, then comes,
So we don't think
the
one came first. So we believe the begetting was outside of time. So since it was outside of time, there was no beginning or end to the begetting. It's an eternal thing.
all right. I know. It's kind of hard to imagine something outside of time and space and matter. I understand, but that's
You
all
gotta
I
think
came
God
to
is
say
outside of
is
time because God is. I know it's hard to imagine, but God Himself is outside of time, right? God is not doesn't have a beginning or end.
right. Exactly. I think we both believe that. So that's the only reason I came up to say like, that's probably why I'm not Christian. But at least I understand your position better.
Yeah, I would just
So
look into that a little bit, kind of just do some thinking. If you have any questions, feel free to come back up. Let me know.
all right. Thank you.
All right, take care. Hello,
Yes, hello.
what's going on?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. What you got?
Yeah, so I want to ask why you a Christian?
It's the only logical religion.
Yeah, can you give me some practices why you like what do you like about it? Like is it benefiting you from something?
It's benefiting me because I have an actual relationship with God, and it's the only way to actually have a relationship with God is by following Christianity.
Yeah,
Yeah,
is that all?
yeah, that's the relationship with God. That's pretty much the main thing.
Yeah. Okay, so how is it with do you guys have some dress codes or
Do
in
we have dress
Christianity?
codes?
Yeah, can you like with us men you can't you have to dress properly like your knees from your knees up to your belly. Yeah, you can't show that.
So you can't show your knees?
Yeah, from your knees up. Yeah, you have to
Well,
dress
yeah, we
properly.
don't
How
have
is it
any
with
issue in Christianity with men showing their knees. There's
and
nothing
the
wrong with
women?
showing
What
your
about women?
knees. What about women? Women
they
can show
do-
their knees too, bro. Like, just
Yeah,
a
yes,
knee.
no. So you don't have like proper. You don't have dress code. You can wear whatever you want.
You can't just wear what, like, you can't, like, go out, like, you couldn't, like, go to church wearing, like, a bathing suit or something. But like, you can show your knees.
I don't think you. I don't think you understand what I'm saying. Maybe it's cultural difference or something. Like, you know, like your the nuns.
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen how they dress?
Yeah.
So it's nothing in your Bible that says you have to do that. You can. You don't need to.
Yeah, you don't have to be a nun
Okay. So in Christianity, you can dress however you want.
to a certain
And what
degree,
about-
yes. Our bodies
Yeah,
are
yeah.
beautiful.
So what about alcohol? Can you drink alcohol or
You can
do
drink
drugs?
alcohol, but you can't get drunk.
So can you smoke marijuana too?
No.
If you don't get high?
No, there's no such thing as smoking marijuana and not getting high unless you're smoking marijuana. It doesn't have THC,
Okay, then it's okay.
which
to
is just
smoke.
CBD.
Yeah. So cigarettes and everything else that's bad for your health, you can do it.
You shouldn't. It's not a sin, but you shouldn't do it.
It's not a sin.
No.
Then yeah, wait, yeah, is it? What about a pig? You eat pig?
Do I eat pig? Yes. Bacon is delicious.
You love bacon. So I can give you drink alcohol and eat pig for 2 years, and you will see how you end up.
Okay, alcohol isn't bad for you necessarily. A
Although you would look like
there's
Sam
literally
Seed,
so
though.
many studies that have shown that wine can be good for you and beneficial for your health.
Yeah, do it.
When drank in moderation.
Yeah, drink wine and beer and eat pig for 2 years and come back here and
Bro,
will
I'm
look at
telling you,
your
there's
face.
literally
How you-
scientific studies that show wine is good for you. So, if you want to go against the science, sure.
And
Hello?
yeah. What did you say?
I said there's scientific studies. This man, I've got to say, we know it for 15 years. Yeah, there's literally scientific studies that show that wine is good for you when drank in moderation. So I don't see what the issue is.
Okay, drink. But
Hey,
you know,
man, we will.
everyone, all the alcoholics.
Opa! What?
You know, all the alcoholics, they say that alcohol is good for you. They always say that. But
Yeah, I
have
can show you
another,
scientific studies that say that, bro. Like,
to be drunk is good.
no, I literally clarified and said wine when drank in moderation is good for you, according to
My
studies.
English. What is moderation?
Moderation
My English
means
not so good.
not getting drunk. Basically means like
Ah,
you're
okay,
like
okay, so
doing it
drink
in like
little
a
bit.
in like a like small amount.
Yeah. Can you marry multiple women or just one?
Can you marry? No, you just only marry one.
You can only marry one.
Yeah.
But you know, I'm thinking about your women. They can't. That's why I can't be Christian. Your women go naked, drinking alcohol, eat pig. I can't have that for my daughter, my friend.
Wow, you
it's
can't have your
impossible.
daughter. You can't have
Don't
your
want
daughter
that for
when
my
she
daughter.
becomes a.
But you want.
You
that,
can't
you
have
like
your
that
daughter when she becomes of age.
Your wife is naked.
I
have
don't
no
know. I don't know.
problem.
I don't know whose wife is walking around naked. It ain't mine. But
If your wife, dress, everyone see you like it. You like it. No problem. She's a
sees
star.
what her knee, you gonna see her kneecaps and start to fold.
No. But if you dress like the American women,
That show they knee. Are you gonna see some kneecaps on a woman and start tweaking?
hey, is it true in America men marry men in churches?
No,
No.
no.
What I see in TV, they have rainbows and stuff. And
Oh my! Can you answer the question? I just want you to answer, bro. If you start seeing some woman kneecaps, are you gonna start tweaking out? Are you gonna start like, oh my god, you gonna like fold?
What? I don't know what you tweak. What
Are you
say
gonna
tweak?
get aroused if you see some woman kneecaps?
No. You know they're from knee up. You know her thighs.
I'm talking about
thighs.
kneecap. If you see a
like
woman's
women-
kneecaps, is you gonna get aroused?
Women thighs are. If I see them, something's happening to me.
Yeah, yo, I'm talking about kneecaps,
I
bro.
feel that,
Bro
my
said
friend.
something happened to me, bro.
But yeah. That's me. I don't know. Maybe
I'm talking about they knee. If something gonna happen to you if you
Don't
see they
happen to you?
kneecaps, bruh?
This don't happen to you. Don't you have feelings for women?
Not when I see their kneecaps.
No.
No,
So what you have to see? Private parts to feel something? What's
bro.
wrong with you?
I don't know. I'm not weird, bro. I see a woman's face and I find beauty, bro. I don't need like kneecaps is crazy. I'm not gonna lie. Like you be Snapchatting a woman, be like, yo, let me see them knees, girl. Yo, is that what you be saying? That's the Riz, bro. Let me see them
Yes,
knees, girl.
But bro, yeah, like you guys, you have like it sounds like you have no rules. What is forbidden in your religion?
A lot of things, bro. Getting drunk, doing drugs, like a lot of things.
No, you can do everything, just don't get high.
No, you can't. You can't get
You said
drunk.
you can smoke, but don't get high, like little bit.
But how the frick you gonna smoke and not get high, or else you smoking on some doof, bro?
You can drink a little bit.
Yeah, in moderation, because it's good for you scientifically.
Yeah, but that's opening a door for the devil, you know.
No, it's not.
You can start to you become alcoholic that way.
No, you don't. Just because you drink in moderation, you don't become no damn alcoholic, bro.
Yeah,
Control yourself.
I heard my friend said he was in America. He said women sleep with 40, 50 men before they get married.
Not if they're following
normal?
Christianity. That's not allowed in Christianity.
He said that in school when they are 15 years old, she had been with 6, 7 guys. You know?
Oh, wait. Is that a bad thing to be with a man if you're 15 years old?
No, to sleep around with many. If you marry, it's good.
At what
But
age?
to go-
At what age is too young to sleep with a man?
Puberty.
What about precocious puberty?
What is that?
It's when a woman hits puberty at an early age. Is that okay for them to have sex with a man?
Nah, no, that's a different thing. That's something else.
You said puberty though.
Huh?
You said puberty.
Yeah, that's what we believe. But you know,
So what about precocious puberty?
Yeah, but in your Bible, how old?
Nah.
You go
What
to,
about precocious
Mary.
puberty?
Huh?
What about precocious puberty?
I don't know what that is.
I told you it's when a woman gets a period earlier than expected. So she starts puberty earlier than expected.
No, I don't think so. She has to be mentally and physically ready.
At what age are you physically and mentally ready?
That is different from people to people. You know.
How do you know? How do you know when a woman is physically ready?
What?
Wait, actually, this is a great question. How do you? If your woman dress up from head to toe, you can't see nothing but her eyes. How do you know when a woman is physically ready?
What are you talking about? They sit, they speak, and everything.
How? No, physically. That's mentally. How do you know when they're physically ready?
Well, she knows that. And
She knows that?
Her family knows that.
What if
Everyone
she's
knows
wrong?
that. Huh?
What if she's wrong? She thinks she's physically ready, but she's not.
Well, then you don't marry her. What's wrong with you?
It's too late by then, though. You don't see her till after you married.
No.
Yes, in Islam, you do not see your wife until you're married.
Huh?
So how do you know what happens? What happens if you marry a woman and she turns out you don't believe that she's physically ready, but she thought she was?
You have to see her. You don't see who you marry with.
That's not in Islam. Do you see the woman you marry after or before the marriage?
You see her before.
Oh, so she can take off her niqab before she's married?
She can take off niqab for the one she's going to. Of course. What do you
Before
think?
she's married?
Before she's married, she can take off the niqab and show it to you and show who she is. You don't know that.
When?
Yeah, only to the person she's going to marry.
That's after she's married, bruh.
No, before a jahil. Before.
So you can see as many women as you want. And then,
that's if you have an intention like a pig, like you have.
so I can just say I have an intention to marry all these women, and I see them, and I say,
If you don't
nah.
have that intention.
Wait, hold on, wait. We literally, bro, we literally just found a kink in the system. So all I gotta do is say I got intention to marry him, and then I can see him, and then I can dip if they ugly.
No, but you're a Christian. Yeah, they don't. When you come to see marry you,
Wait,
your nose will be
glitch in the
broken.
system.
But listen.
So you could see as many women as you want. Is there a limit in Islam on how many women you can intend to marry?
What is that? What do you?
No.
Are you a clown or what?
Answer the question. Is there a limit in Islam on how many women you can intend to marry?
No, it's not. It's not. Till you find your perfect, inshallah.
Okay, so I can go out and I can see 100 women.
You can.
But you was talking about how bad it is to look at a woman.
Listen, yeah, your intentions are everything, and you're going to meet God, and then you're going to see you violated those people, yeah, because you have a dirty mind. But that's you.
Can you see anything other than their face before you get married?
No.
So then, how do you know if they're physically mature?
We are truthful people. Like,
so then, how do you know if they, not that they're untruthful, but maybe they were just wrong? How do you know if they're actually physically mature?
What do you mean? You have she's talking. She's her mother.
What if she's wrong?
Father gonna give her? Wait. Do you think I'm gonna give my daughter away when she's not
she
ready?
might not even have a father.
Me and my wife. Maybe
it's possible she don't even have. Her father could have passed away, bro.
Maybe you don't care about your daughter.
Her father could have passed away.
Say that. That's
what if her father passed away?
What?
What if her father passed away?
She have to have mahram. She have to have uncle. She have to have someone.
What if she don't have? What if she don't have no one? She don't got no family.
Well, then she knows herself. She have to know for herself. What do you mean?
Okay, what if she's wrong on it though? If you want
to get married, listen. If you want to get married to a woman, how do you know she's not? You have to penetrate her to know if she's a woman or not.
Ain't nobody said that. I'm just saying not as soon as. So wait.
She's a woman or not?
What's
wrong with you?
Oh my gosh! Do you think a 9-year-old could be physically mature enough?
9-year-old at this time, no.
You think back then it could be physically mature enough?
At this age of time, 9 is too young.
Can you define what it means to be? Can you define what it means to be physically mature? Wait. Can you define what it means to be physically mature?
Physically.
Yeah, can you define what that means to be physically mature?
Yeah,
like, what are the criteria?
Menstruated and stuff like that, no?
So to menstruate is what it means to be physically mature,
it's
right?
It's not only that, true. Everything that you have
what
to
is
develop in your system.
Is it fully developed or just starting to develop?
No, fully, I think.
Fully developed. So you think back in the day, women were fully developed at 9 years old?
Yeah.
Fully?
Yeah, younger, yeah.
Can you show me any scientific study that agrees with you?
Nej, han snackar med Aisha. Ja. Han säger Aisha sån synsel.
Ja, men det är inte skill på att hon var 9 år akkurat.
Ja, det är sick.
Hello?
Yeah, I'm here.
Can you show me any scientific study that agrees with you that woman could have been fully matured, both physically and mentally, by 9 years old?
Yes.
Great, I'll wait.
Yes, so before they used to mature quick, not like today.
At 9 years old, they was fully mature.
Yes.
Can you show me that study?
Yeah, even places today, if you go to Western African places like that, today they marry very young still.
Can you show me any scientific study that agrees with you on this?
Can you show me?
You the one you are the one that made the claim.
Can you show me where they don't agree?
Oh my gosh, you're the one that made the claim.
You see, well everyone can play this game.
This is crazy. You're goalpost shifting. You made the claim.
If you want to counter my argument, then show me.
Oh my gosh, you made the claim that they matured sooner back then. Can you show me that? Can you show me that?
Okay. Khanzir eater, take care.
What? What? Oh, he ran because he couldn't show me evidence. He ran because he couldn't show me evidence. Yeah, y'all are disgusting. Talking about she was fully mature by... I get aroused by kneecaps, and she was fully mature by 9. Yo, that's a demon inside of you, bro. That's crazy. And his wife back there giggling in the background, because if his wife didn't giggle to his little joke that he made, she would have got Surah 434. So, she had to. Hello?
Hey, buddy. How are you?
Good. What's going on?
Good. So I saw it says, like, Muslims, why aren't you Christian? Can you define Christian, what Christian means?
Follower of Christ.
Can you show me the word Christian in Bible?
Yes. It's in the book of Acts.
Okay. Can you read it for me?
All right, Acts 11:26. And when they found him, he brought him to Antioch. For a whole year, they met with the church and taught a great many people. And in Antioch, the disciples were first called Christians.
Okay. So do you follow?
Uh-oh. I can't hear you off the screen. Oh, he never heard of it. He never heard that verse.
Okay. No, do you do? I'm just coming to the point. So you follow the Christ?
Yes, I follow the Christ.
Yeah. Okay. So was Christ Muslim or Christian himself?
Oh, he wasn't Christian because Christian means to follow Christ, and he was Christ. He definitely wasn't Muslim though. That's for dang sure.
He was Muslim, right?
Heck no.
Do you know the meaning of Islam?
Yes. You're saying
what
a
does
Muslim is just
Islam
going to mean submission to one who submits their will to Allah, and Islam means submission to Allah.
Excellent. Good job. Yeah. Submission. So who did Christ submit to?
What do you mean by submit? Do you just mean that his will, his human
did-
will?
did
If you're just
Christ-
talking about his
yeah,
human
did-
will, you're just going to be talking to the Father.
Did Christ submit his will to the Father?
Yes. Do you submit your will to the Father?
So when he submitted his will to the Father, so now Christ is
Wait,
not
wait,
Christian.
wait.
He's-
Oh, wait. So wait. So you become Muslim by submitting your will to the Father? Do you submit your will to the Father?
I submit will to Allah.
Wait. That's not
Even
what I
like-
asked. That's not what I asked. Do you submit your will to the Father?
I submit my will to Allah.
Uh-oh, that's not what I asked. You just said because Jesus submits his will to the Father that he's a Muslim. Do you submit your will to the Father?
Do you know, like, I don't agree with the word of Father, so I use this word of Father, Son to when I'm talking with the Christians.
Well, it's
Like,
a yes
for
or
me,
no question. Do you submit your will to the Father or not?
Well, that's why I'm saying, like, I'm not agree with the word of the Father because the word of Father could mean any like meaning could anything else. But
Well,
I submit my will
Jesus,
to one
well,
only
Jesus
God that-
submitted his will to the Father.
Yes,
Do you submit your will to the Father like Jesus submitted his will to the Father?
yeah. In context of the God, yes.
So you do submit your will to the Father.
In context of the God, yes.
So Allah's a Father in the context of God.
When I told you, when you say
Yikes.
the Father, it means if it's God, then yes. So
Okay.
now,
So Allah's a
Christ
Father
is-
in a sense.
now
Amen.
Christ is not.
Amen.
Now Christ is not Christian, so he is Muslim. You
Do you,
agree?
to be Muslim, do you have to submit to Muhammad? To be Muslim,
Not submit to Muhammad.
submit to Muhammad's
Allah.
teachings.
No, not submit. We submit only to Allah.
No. Do you have to submit to Muhammad's
Follow
teachings?
The way of the Prophet.
Do you submit to Muhammad's teachings?
I think you don't listen to me.
I
We
didn't
submit-
ask, do you submit to Muhammad? I changed it because you wanted to say we don't submit to Muhammad. Fine. Do you submit to Muhammad's teachings?
Yeah, of course we follow his teachings.
Okay, did Jesus submit to Muhammad's teachings?
Did Jesus submit his? No. Jesus submit to Allah, not to Jesus.
So I'm asking, to be a Muslim, do you have to submit to Muhammad's teachings?
You have to follow the way of the Prophet.
Yes or no? To be a Muslim, do you have
why
to
you want
submit
to-
to
why-
Allah,
why
to
you
Muhammad's
want to-
teachings? It's a yes. You can't answer any questions,
No. The thing is,
bro. It's
when
a
you
true
want-
dichotomous
you want to
question,
tell me a
dude.
statement, don't like try me to repeat your sentence.
Because you're not answering.
That I'm saying exactly what I believe. I say
Okay,
that statement.
so
I
it's
don't
a
want
yes
to
or
repeat
no.
your statement.
To be a Muslim, do you have to submit to Muhammad's teachings? Yes or no?
Of course.
Okay, did Jesus submit to Muhammad's teachings?
According
Yes or
with
no?
Tawheed, yes. Tawheed, yes.
Is that all Muhammad taught?
Oneness of Allah.
Is that
yes.
all Muhammad taught?
What do you mean?
Is that the only thing Muhammad taught?
What the only thing? Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam taught a lot of things.
Okay, did he submit to Muhammad's teachings?
He followed. He submit his will as Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam submit his will to God.
I didn't ask if he submits his will to God. I said, did Jesus submit to Muhammad's teachings?
Yeah. Tell me your point. So what's
It's
your
a
point?
yes or no, dude. Did he submit to Muhammad's
Tell me your
teachings?
point, then I can understand what you
yeah,
mean.
no. Tell me your point so then I can answer the question so I don't get caught up. Lord have mercy. You see how they can't answer any questions? I hope everyone in here sees how Muslims cannot answer questions straight up because it absolutely buries them.
Kurt,
Hello?
Yeah, so
Yeah,
you
what's
said
going on?
that huh?
I said, what's up?
Yeah, so you were wondering, right, when when you say Jesus submits to the Father, right? Do we Muslims do it?
Yeah, that's what I asked him.
And we do it, yes.
You submit to the Father?
Yes, sir.
So Allah's a father?
Yeah. You want I have a hadith here, we can read it.
That shows Allah's the Father?
Yeah, it says that we're his children.
So
No,
in the
we can read
Quran, when it explicitly rejects that. Nah, that's okay. Just show the hadith. Go ahead. Just show the hadith. That's fine. Just show the hadith.
All right, mate.
That's fine. Show the hadith.
Come on, mate. Let's read this.
Okay.
It's gonna be a good cooking session here.
Okay.
Let's see. Sunan Mansur.
I just think this hadith is gonna be great for everyone to see. To be honest. Yeah. See, Bob got I need the hadith. It's gonna be great for everyone to see.
You can read Arabic. No, you can't. Okay. So
What's the
I'll just,
so we can't read Arabic. Can you give us the what it is? What's the hadith?
Okay, I'll give you a translation of it.
No, just what's the hadith so I can like look it up here and I can show it on screen to everyone.
Yeah, I got you. It's called Sunan Ibn Mansur 157.
Sunan Ibn Masud.
Yeah, 1577. You can search it on Islamic web. So
It's not. You're not talking about Abi Dawood, right?
Nah, bro.
And you're not talking about Sunan al-Nisa. Ibn Masud?
Yeah, Ibn Mansur. Here, I'll give you the translation here. I had a friend do it. We can read it. Yeah. I have a translation up here.
I don't even see no Ibn Masud.
Bro, I have the translation in front of me.
Hey, go ahead, read it then, bro. I'm looking it up.
Yeah, can I have the? Are you able to do like big screens or come on?
I don't typically give people big screen just because they might like show something weird.
No, I swear to God, hand to God,
bro. Just read it, bro. We believe you.
Yeah. Okay. Umar said, "By Allah, His wealth, and Allah's wealth, you are indeed one of Allah's children, and I am indeed the commander of the faithful, and your commander in the mount worn out, and etc."
And what's the grading on this? By the way, I'm just curious.
Oh, it's authentic.
It's Sahih?
Of course.
Ibn Masud 1577. No, I'm hoping this is real, because this is great. If so,
this is great.
This is great for the Christians if this is real. I hope you know, bro. This is like, I'm just trying to find a source.
Whoa. What do you mean this is good for you?
Oh, because the Quran explicitly goes against that Allah is a father.
No, it doesn't. Show me.
Yes, it does.
Show me.
Does Allah beget or is begotten in any way?
It's not. Oh my God! No. It's not referring to begetting. It's just saying he's a father in the metaphorical way.
What does it mean? What does it mean to be a father? What does it mean to be a father?
As a creator.
Father doesn't mean
he's
creator.
Our father who created us.
When does father mean creator?
Yeah, Deuteronomy 32 gives us the definition we appeal to. He's our father who created us.
I'm saying, so father means creator because like fathers like in real life create? Is that what the metaphor's for?
No, he created us.
Like how fathers create today, like biological. Like I'm saying, is that the metaphor is giving? No, I'm saying, is that the metaphor is giving?
Somewhat.
Okay, do mothers create?
Literal.
Do mothers create?
Together with the father, sure.
So is Allah a mother in a sense?
No, we wouldn't use that term.
Why?
Because Allah uses as, for example, male terms.
Why?
Why? Because that would... Okay, so...
Okay, is Allah a grandfather? Is Allah a grandpa in a sense?
No, we don't use those terms. We'll apply father because that sounds more masculine and more like kingly.
Then grandpa?
Yeah, I wouldn't use the term grandpa there.
Why?
It doesn't befit him.
Says who? Why father, not grandfather? I'm just curious.
It just doesn't befit him.
But why? I'm just asking, like, why?
Yeah, so it just doesn't befit him.
Why? I know you say that. I'm
grandpa
asking
would be referring
why.
to someone who's old and fragile.
I'm asking why.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, well, you don't really have an answer, do you? Hello?
yo, hello?
Yeah.
Yo, hold up.
Do you have an answer?
Okay. What? Yeah, I have an answer now. Like right there. One now. Yeah, so the term grandfather would just refer to someone who's old.
No, it doesn't. It refers to someone who has offspring.
And we don't apply that to God.
No, grandpa doesn't necessarily mean someone who's old.
Yeah. No, it will be related to someone who's old.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is, bro.
There can be grandpas
Can I be-
there can
can
be
I be
very
young
there
and
can be
messed
there
up?
can be grandpas in their 40s, like late 40s.
Well, I'll be damned. Congratulations for them. Okay, sure.
Okay, so it doesn't
Okay,
necessarily mean
I'll
someone
just
who's old.
apply it to
So.
their grandfather.
So you agree Allah's a grandfather
sure.
in a sense.
If we apply the metaphor, then sure, there's no issue.
Grandpa Allah, yo. I've never heard a Muslim say Grandpa Allah. That's the first. Hey, I ain't gonna lie, you were first, man. You were first. Take a bow, bro. You the first Muslim to ever come on here. I ain't gonna. You the out of all the Muslims I've talked to. I'm. This is a great honor you bestowed on yourself. You are the first Muslim to ever come on my live and call Allah a grandpa. You the first, bro.
Yeah, but Nick, well, would you agree that your God is described like a woman?
No. No.
Okay, so if we go to wisdom and Isaiah, where God screams like a mother and yearns like a mother.
Where does it say
it's also
God
described looking
screams like a mother?
No, he says that I yearn like a mother.
Oh my gosh. That's not describing him as a mother. What?
Yeah, but also in wisdom, we see God.
It's not describing him as a woman, bro.
No, but we see the wisdom of God.
If I say I love like a mother loves her, I love someone like a mother loves her child. That don't mean I'm calling myself a woman, bro.
You are.
I'm calling myself a woman if I say I love someone like a woman loves her child.
Yeah, you're applying feminine terms.
So you don't love anyone like a woman loves her child.
No, bro. What the
So you wouldn't love your own child like your wife loves your child?
Nah. I'm gonna love my child just like my father loves the child.
You would love her like your wife is gonna love your child more than you?
Yes.
Yeah, someone call CPS. Someone call CPS, buddy. Bro ain't even had a child yet, and he already said I ain't finna love him like. Hey, my wife, bro. The top love is for her. I ain't even finna love my child all like that, bro. I ain't even finna love my child all like that, bro. For real. That's someone else. And we got Grandpa Allah in 2025. Allah's a grandpa in 2025, bro. We are. Oh my gosh, we are like. I ain't got no words. Words. What's up?
What's going on, man?
What you got?
So I'm not really here to debate you in the debate sense, but you just asked why I'm Christian. For me, the main thing is just like the Trinity.
Mm-hmm.
I can't really make it make sense to myself.
What about it don't make sense?
I don't understand why God has to like separate himself into three.
He doesn't. It's not a separation. It's a distinction. Like Allah has distinct attributes. God is distinct persons. So it's just a different way of distinction.
But like for the distinction of like the attributes for God in our sense is like attributes like mercy, justice, you know, like all that stuff. But for like Jesus is not really an attribute. It's a person, like you guys say, right? So I don't understand that part.
I don't get what you understand. It's just gonna be talking about distinctions because God is relational intrinsically. Since God is relational intrinsically, there's got to be more than one person that eternally exists, or else he's not always relational.
Why does he have to be like relational to you guys?
Well, that's just gonna be an intrinsic property of him. If he creates us, that is a relation. So then you're either saying he became relational, or he always was relational. If he always was relational, there has to always be someone to have a relation to.
I'm saying he doesn't have to be relational to be God.
Oh, so God doesn't have relation to us? He's not our creator?
That's not the same as saying like God has to have creation in order to be a creator.
Does God have any relation to us?
Okay, well, let me just understand you. I'm not here to debate. I just want to understand, right? Like, do you feel like God has to create in order to be called a creator?
That he has to create in order? It depends how you're using the term creator.
Does he have to have creation to be called a creator?
It just depends how you're using the term creator. Typically, yeah.
Like, does he have to have the ability, or does he actually have to have some type of creation for him to be called creator?
It depends. If you're saying the creation always exists in potentiality, then you can say he was always the creator. If it doesn't always exist in potentiality, then no, he isn't the creator until it exists.
Wait, can you slow that down? I'm a little bit slow, so like say it again.
It depends if the creation always existed in potentiality.
I'm not sure what that means.
Yeah, it basically just means that it had the potential to exist because God had the ability and that he foreknew these things to occur.
Okay, so like why but then I heard from someone else saying that the reason why God must have the Son as the eternal person is because of the attribute of love, and that's why love is a relation.
Yeah, it's relation. Yeah.
But then you don't apply like that same logic or reasoning towards love. Like you separate.
Yeah, because you can't have a relation to something that doesn't have any actuality, doesn't have any grounding or ontology.
What do you mean?
You can't have a relation to something that doesn't exist, actually.
But the potential to love is the same as
Sure. Then great. Then you're saying God has potential.
But then aren't you saying that about him being called a creator?
No.
Then what was your reasoning? How can you call him a creator without having creation?
No, because I said that a creation always existed in his foreknowledge and in potential. I'm not saying though that he always has relation to that creation.
So why can't he apply that same reasoning to love? That he had foreknowledge, like backwards.
Because love is an action.
Isn't creation an action?
Creation is going to be an action if you're focusing on from potential to actuality. But love itself is from potential to actuality intrinsically to God. Creation going from potential to actual is extrinsic to God.
Okay.
So that's the difference. So if he doesn't have anything to be relational to, then it's cooked. God changes.
So you're saying love is not an external thing. Love is only an internal thing.
No, I didn't say that. I said love begins internally, though.
But it's
an internal action. It can be expressed externally, but I'm saying it begins. It's necessary that it's at least internal.
But then how about like mercy? Like, isn't mercy an internal action that is expressed externally?
Mercy?
Yeah, like don't you have to feel something internally to be like, okay, I'm going to show you mercy externally, and this is why I'm not going to. So that's the same thing as love, right? Like
we think that mercy is going to be an energy of God.
Yeah, but you don't believe mercy is the same thing as love, as to why mercy is required.
Yeah, I don't think mercy is essential to the nature of God. That's the difference. Love is.
Oh, you don't believe mercy is like part of the essence?
It's going to be an energy.
So is there a difference between essence and energy?
Yes. Something called essence energy distinction.
Interesting. Okay. Yeah, I think just like for that couple of reasons of like you making differentiating mercy, justice, creating, like those attributes I define as what God has in order to be called God, I think that's why I kind of just don't understand the Trinity. And like, I don't know, like if God was like loves us, like why does it exist in such a like confusing manner? Like I feel like if God loved us, he would have had it in a manner that we would just naturally understand.
I don't think it's confusing. I'll be honest. Like, you have to
You
just
don't think the
you just have to
Trinity's
understand.
confusing to people?
Nah. So like, we're gonna say you can't necessarily understand it in its entirety, but like you can understand the basics of it though.
And also, God didn't choose to make himself. That's just how he is. He didn't like say, let me make myself a Trinity. Like, that's not how it is. God just necessarily is a Trinity.
Yeah, but that would be like an internal critique, right? Like if I were to assume the truth of Christianity and kind of dispute my reasons why I don't believe it. But I'm saying from an external point of view, I don't see how that can make sense. Like a God that is made up in the way that you say it is can be putting himself in a, like, I just don't think that'd be rational for him to make us, because then he would just make it seem like for example, you know how like a lot of people bring up like the squared circle example, like then squared circles would be a thing in our world, right?
Why?
Because if something can be three distinct persons but one entity or one God, we would find similar examples that correlate to that type of understanding within our natural world.
Nah, that doesn't make sense. That doesn't even follow.
It does, because if God is made in a way, then we should find a natural way of understanding it.
No, that doesn't make sense. Because if Allah
like for
was
example,
just
God is
one,
all merciful. My mom is merciful to me, right?
Yeah, but hold on. If Allah was one, right, does that mean he has to create in order for his oneness to be true? Because otherwise he can't instantiate
No,
that
but
oneness.
we could understand one,
Yeah,
right? So
but
like
in the same way, we can understand what it means to be three in one way and one in another way.
but how? Like that's what I'm trying to see is like how can you understand it?
Because if you have like a triangle, it's three in one way and one in another way. It's one shape. It has three sides.
No, but you're
Different
referring to
ways.
different things. You're those are like different
It's
measures.
different aspects of the same thing. So
That's like
God,
saying
there's-
like, oh, the house has 5 rooms, but it's one house.
but you get how you can have multiple things. Like it has to be in the same way. Like a square circle, in both ways, you're just talking about the shape itself. That would be a contradiction.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying, but I'm saying like your example is essentially like, oh, there's 5 rooms, but it's one house. But you're referring to different like
Aspects of something, yes.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the point. The only difference would be those things involve composition. In God, there's no composition. So what we
So you're
count are
saying-
the relations.
So you're saying God is a different aspect of Jesus the Father and the Spirit?
No, I'm saying when you're looking at how something relates to itself, that's a different type of existence than how something is in and of itself. So Aristotle makes these distinctions. It's called like SAN, or the existence in something, and SAOD, which would be like the existence towards something. So it would just be a relation towards that same existence. So we have 3 persons who have the same exact nature, the same existence, but they relate to each other based off of their paternity, aspiration, and filiation. So there's no contradiction.
You don't believe they have the same nature.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you don't believe, like, for example, like Jesus is the begetting, right? Like he has a
Begetting isn't a nature.
Well, it's part of the nature, no?
We wouldn't say it's part of a nature. We say it's something that the Father, quote unquote, has as part of his personhood. Like that's a characteristic of his personhood. So just a relation. Relations don't introduce any different nature or anything like that.
I mean, a relation. I don't follow how you can say.
For instance, if I drew a straight line, right? A line on a paper, you can point at one end and say, oh, this is the right side of the line. And you can point at the other end and say, this is the left side of the line, but you're still pointing at the same line. However, those 2 points have a relation towards each other, even though there's one line.
Okay. But the right side is not the left side, and the left side is not the right side.
But it's the same line. That's the point. You wouldn't say those are 2 different lines.
But no, you're not pointing at the line. You're pointing at the right side of the line.
Yeah, but is it still the line?
No, you're pointing at the right side. No.
How is it not? How is it the right side of the line if it's not the line?
Because the right side of the line doesn't include the left side.
But is it the line?
Not the total line. It's only the right
How
side.
are you saying that's the right side of something?
Like for example, if the right side of my body doesn't include my whole body.
Is it still your body?
Doesn't it? Yeah, it is part of my body, but it's not.
You can't chop
my
off
whole
your arm
body.
and say I didn't cut your body.
You cut part. Yeah, let's say, for example, if I said, "Oh, it's on the right side of your face," you wouldn't go to your left side of your face, right?
Yeah, but it's still your face.
I agree. No, I agree, but it's
So
not.
when
the
we look at a
totality.
line, there's a way in which something exists, and then there's a relation in that something. So the way in which it exists, it's a line, and then the relation is one side of the line to the other. That doesn't introduce a whole nother line.
I agree with you. I'm just saying, like, the right side of the line or the right side of my face doesn't engulf the totality of the face, right?
Yeah.
Doesn't include the totality of the face.
That's where the analogy stops, but that's how you can see in something in nature that you can point out a different aspect of the same thing.
No, because what you're doing is you're basically like mislabeling.
You just want me to make something exactly like the Trinity in nature. That's not what
No.
analogies
But
are.
what you're doing, like when you're bringing up these examples, it's like you're bringing up an example, and then you're making the analogy, and then you're saying like you're like mislabeling it. It's like, oh, let's say for example,
how am I mislabeling it?
Because how do I say this? Like for example, when we're talking about the right side and left side of my face, we're talking about sides of my face.
Are you talking about two different faces?
But there's a difference between sides.
I'm just asking you, are we talking about two different faces?
No, but 1 second.
Okay, so if it's not two different faces, what is
But there's
the
a
issue?
difference between talking about sides of the face and then the face as a whole.
Okay. Well, what's your point? Like, this is what an analogy is. Like, I can't pull out something like, for instance, even if I was saying that, you can't even put Allah into creation or compare something to Allah completely. There's going to be something that's off.
Yeah, there's nothing like him. I agree.
Exactly. Just like there's nothing like the Trinity.
It's not that there's nothing that I can't find something like the Trinity. It's that I just can't understand it in the way that you do, or I can't understand it the way you want
If you
me
just
to.
studied like the church fathers, you would understand that. Like, you just haven't. Like, that's not.
Do you know? Do you know what the church fathers are?
Yeah, I mean, I know like some of the names I'm familiar with, but I haven't done any like deep reading on to what they say.
You
But
should.
but I don't think that's fair because most people are laymen, right? Like myself, like they're not gonna study God. So I feel like it should make sense that if I
That's
like,
why
if you
the
came to me,
church teaches you. That's what catechism is.
Yeah.
no, but like if you were to like walk up to me, let's say I'm in the, we're traveling and you meet me and you're like, hey, you want to spread the good news? I feel like it's only fair that you're able to relay your message in a way that would just make sense.
I can relay the message, but if you don't have the basic education of like,
so I have to
philosophy and stuff,
know. I don't think that's fair though. I don't
how
think
is
I
that
have,
not fair that you have to
because
know
I have
something
to
in
go
order to
through-
understand?
No, because I think if you were to relay a message, it should make sense on its face. I don't think I should have to go through training for me.
Brother, that you're gonna. I guess you can't be a doctor. I guess you can't be a lawyer. I guess you can't be an engineer. I guess you can't be.
That's not the same. That's not the same.
How is it not the same? There's so many things that on its face.
I'm not talking about-
don't make sense.
Okay,
Like,
if you were to-
you're
for
just
example-
randomly choosing for I just want it to be this.
For example,
specific
if you were to
topic
tell
where
me,
it has to make sense automatically.
For example, if I ran into a person and I wanted to like introduce the idea of being a doctor, I would just like, hey, listen, a doctor is someone that helps people, with certain ailments.
Now, how do you explain a neuroscientist?
Okay, so yeah, so now explain the different parts of the brain. Go ahead.
I don't need to do that. They would just understand. Oh yeah, I felt sick before. So I would understand.
Wait,
that
wait,
this
can
person
you
will help
explain?
me.
Can you explain what a neuroscientist does?
A neuroscientist is someone that deals with the brain or the psyche of the brain.
It's not even true. They don't only deal
what
with the
way?
brain. They don't even only deal with the brain either, bro.
I don't.
Like, you just described a coroner. You just
A
described
brain surgeon, like
right.
could have been anything,
bro. Like
No,
the,
but your
point is you have to have some prerequisite knowledge, like regardless.
No, because if I were to say my whole point was doctor, right? If I run into someone, let's say a villager who's never come into
All
contact
right,
with a
for
doctor,
instance, tell me about Allah.
He's just absolute one. He has
Absolute
certain,
one. What?
yeah. In turn, he has attributes that make him.
Make him. What do you mean they make him? Like
That
you
define
said
him.
he's
Like,
one,
how
but
we-
now he
how
has
we understand-
attributes. What
So
does
if
that
you're asking
mean?
me about who is God, I would say he's the most merciful. He's the most loving. He's the most just. He's now to go through the 99 names.
Yeah,
as
but
you
you
guys-
just said he's one, and now you're listing out all these different.
I would
things.
say that's his
I
characteristics.
asked one what, and you couldn't even tell me what he's one of.
No, I would define his characteristics.
You explained he's one, and then you go to listing 99
Yeah,
different
and I would say
characteristics.
he is, and this is one God.
Well, now we're confused though. You said one, but then you
Why are you
listed a lot more than
well,
one.
And you said
No,
99
I listed
different things
so,
that are
like,
clearly different.
For example, if
distinct
I
things.
said you're a nice and funny person, I'm listing two people.
What?
Because these are characteristics, being nice and funny, right? Those are
You said
adjectives.
he's one, absolutely one, and then you listed off 99 different attributes. How is that
Yeah.
absolutely
How
one?
does attributes separate it from one? I don't understand that.
You
part.
said one, and then you said, "Oh, I'm going to give you 99 attributes." I'm like, what the? I thought he was absolutely
one God.
one.
Yeah,
Why does he have different attributes?
One being that has multiple attributes. What's the issue with that?
What? How does he have multiple attributes if he's absolutely one? Does the number one have multiple attributes or something?
One being. I think you have to take the second word into account, right?
What does it mean to be absolutely one?
Meaning he's not divisible.
Bro,
just
can you
can't
can you
divide
divide the attributes?
No, because those are inherent to him. They're essential to him.
What do you mean by divisible though? Because so
Meaning
are you saying
can't
mercy?
like we don't say there's parts of God. Like
Okay.
we don't say that you can take away his mercy and his mercy separate of him.
Does Allah have wrath?
Has what?
Wrath.
I believe so. He's the most I think that's one of his names. Yeah.
Does he have mercy?
Yeah.
Are those two different things?
Yeah.
Well, that seems divisible to me because I just.
I mean,
divided
yeah.
those
I mean,
two
a
different
person. Are you happy? Yeah. Are you sad? Yeah.
We're divisible,
brother. So
We're not.
Do you not
what are you
see
talking about?
Do you
How are
not
we
see the
divisible?
issue here? Where you're
Can I
just
take
saying,
you
"Oh,
apart?
Yes.
Look, the point is you're running into the same.
I can take your
exact
characteristics
issues.
apart.
You take me
I can
apart.
separate your sadness from your happiness.
Well,
I can take sadness
actually,
away from
if you
you.
study neuroscience, technically, but that's besides
I can
the
take your
point.
sadness. I can take your sadness away from you.
Yes, there's medicine for that.
The ability. Okay, that's different. Actuating sadness
Everything's
is not
just
the
different
not
when
the
it
same
doesn't
as
fit
taking.
your little scheme here. Just everything's just different all of a sudden. Like, do you see how like you're still running into issues because unless you have a prerequisite knowledge of something, it's going to be confusing.
Not really, because like I said, like I think it would be really understanding for someone if for example, I ran into a villager, like I said, and they asked me what is a doctor. I'd be like, it's someone that helps people who feel sick, and they understand what sick means, right?
So
Everyone has
if I
been sick.
brought a magician that like hypnotizes people, that's a doctor.
I mean, to
make them feel better.
I mean, like I said, like in today's world, we have DOs, we have MDs.
All right, how in the world am I supposed to know the difference between a DO, an MD?
I'm not saying you need to know the
DDS?
difference, but you said
Like-
can a magician or a person that does like Eastern
Do you-
medicine be
it's
described
like
as a
you.
doctor?
It's like you can't like. It's impossible for you to see the point that if you don't have a prerequisite knowledge of basic things, you're not going to understand the greater topic, no matter what it is.
I fail to see that point because I made the example.
Okay, what is a DO?
If I were to explain a DO to a person that doesn't understand what DO is,
What's a DO?
a doctor of osteopathy, I think, or
Oh wow, they're definitely going to know what that is off the top.
And if I were to explain it to them, I'd be like, it's. I mean, I
Bro,
understand-
like you can't be.
Okay. Let's use a better example.
Sometimes
right?
you need to like concede points, brother. Like this is just bad. Like
No, because I can
who in the
explain
world
it.
is gonna automatically just know that that's what that means?
No, naming it is different than explaining it.
I mean, if you named that to a person that may know like etymology, they might understand what that means. But like, you need a prerequisite knowledge, bro. Like you're just making everything. Like you're just automatically when it's the Trinity, nah, can't make sense. Nah, doesn't work. But
but
everything
I'm saying
else, every
even-
time you bring up something else and we show you that it could be said the same exact way, you're like, no, it does make sense because it's me.
I guess if you want to get into technical terms, if someone's like, okay, can you explain quantum physics on the fly to someone who doesn't understand yeah, then I'd agree with you, right?
That's the point.
But yeah, I would agree with you in that sense. But I think when it comes to like the Trinity, I don't think I guess I see where you're coming from, that you have to go through training to understand it. But I don't think it's fair when it comes to something so fundamental and so real to a person's life that decides their salvation, for them to like do such like, I wouldn't say like education or research, or I don't know how you want to say it, to understand that.
So you think the God of the universe that is capable of creating everything is supposed to be the easiest thing to understand?
I won't say the easiest. I would say it should be easy enough for the layperson to understand.
That doesn't even make sense.
Bruh, it should be the hardest thing to understand.
The thing that literally understood quantum physics.
I think it would be, I don't know. I feel like it would be pretty like messed up, to be honest, for God to require me to go through a lot of things.
But when you say messed up, like you act like he just makes himself this way.
No, I understand what you're saying, but that would be like that's my issue with it, is that you guys have it that way, right? Like I just feel like if God wanted me to understand it, we would have existed and mentally in a way where it would have just made sense, and maybe if I wanted
but
to,
in our belief, we do
better,
believe that it was just made that way.
But on the face of it, it wouldn't be such a blaring, what do you mean by three? Like, you know what I mean?
Bro, the only reason people are like that is because they're spiritually deficient. Like that's why we teach Christianity.
I want to say this is a spiritual issue. Like, for example, you told me I have to go read these books. That's not a spiritual thing. That's
right,
like
so
the church fathers teach you that this is.
So let me ask you something. You said God, the things that he does, the way that he is, you got to be able to understand it. So what does it mean when it says Allah descends to the lowest heaven? What does that mean?
I don't know.
But it should be easy to understand, though.
But that's not part of
even layman.
What you. No. But 1 second. I don't think it's fair for you to bring up that example, because that's not fundamental.
Okay, let's bring up another thing. What does it mean when it says God has a shin?
It just means that God has. Some people take it to be metaphorical, and some people take it to be literal.
What does it mean?
It just means that God has a shin in His own way.
What? What does that mean?
It just means that God has a shin that we don't understand. So, like,
so you don't understand it. That's the point.
I understand. I understand that He has a shin. I just don't know what that shin looks like.
But what does it mean that He has a shin? Does that mean He has a physical body part?
I would say that He has the way. I don't know. Actually.
Exactly. That's the point.
But I don't think that's like as fundamental.
It is fundamental to God.
I would kind of want to know.
No, because like, for example,
yeah, that's pretty important. I would think.
It's kind of important.
No, but 1 second. For example, I'm sure there's an answer, but like Nick, for example, when I walk up to a person who's never heard of Islam, I'm not going to introduce the idea of God having a shin right off the bat, right? I'm just gonna. Okay, listen,
that has nothing to do with that, bro.
There's a lot. Of things
it is because, like, for example, if you were to come to me and I never heard of Trinity. If you were to come to me and I never heard of Christianity, you would have to introduce the Trinity within like the first couple of sentences. Like, and if I were to talk to a person who's never heard of Islam,
you don't have to. You can introduce people to Christ
after like a couple months.
Yeah, we can just introduce to the crucifixion and resurrection first. Like, the Trinity is something that we can explain to them along the way.
Yeah, and that would still cause like an issue. Like, what do you mean a man?
Okay, and it would still cause an issue when you start to tell someone along the way. Oh, and by the way, he also has a shin.
Bro. You're going to the shit. It's so deep. Like, you're going through so many layers to get to that.
And the Trinity ain't deep.
No. Deep in terms of like getting to
this is just
where it is in the book,
bro. You're just
like where it is in the religion. Like the Trinity is like.
But first it was you should be able to explain God. But then it's suddenly now I give you a property of God. Now you can't explain it.
There's a difference between me not being able to explain it and me not knowing the explanation, right? So I just don't know the explanation.
But you said
right?
even laymen should be able to understand it. So it shouldn't be hard.
Understanding the idea of God.
Matter of fact, you said even laymen should be able to explain it. Not even just understand it. You said laymen should be able to explain it.
No, I never said that. No, I never said that. But
bro, if laymen can understand something, they can explain it. Like, by definition.
I think you could understand.
If you can't explain something, you can't even understand it.
I can see that. I can see that. But I mean, for sometimes, like for example, when I listen to debates or different like stuff, like I'll understand what they're saying, but I might not be able to explain it the best, right?
Okay, but yeah, the point is though, is that you are sitting here telling us this isn't fair. You can't understand this thing about God, but you have that same issue.
But I guess what I'm trying to
And I
say
don't
is
even
that
know
so
how
many
you
layers
determine
deep.
if it's fair.
Like when you get to the shin, it's so many. Like you're getting past so much like context. Like you're getting back so much past so many passages to get to that part. When you're talking about like crucifixion and the Trinity, that's like at its like beginning. Like that's like the first couple paragraphs you're talking to the person. You know what I'm talking about? Like that's like literally within the first couple minutes of you explaining it.
Bro,
to them.
that's
You're
so
talking about
like
the shin.
subjective though as to what your criteria is for this.
Like,
First it was
okay.
you have to be able to just understand them. Then it was, oh, well, you have to be able to understand the things that you would say to someone in the first couple sentences. Like what?
No. Okay. So like, for example, if I were to talk to someone about Christianity and for Islam, I don't think I would get to the shin part. But I would 100% get to the Trinity and the crucifixion part because that's so paramount to the Christian belief, right? I wouldn't get to the shin part in Islam because that's not paramount to the Islamic belief.
But it is paramount to the Islamic belief. If you don't believe he has a shin, you can't be a Muslim.
I understand what you're saying, but I'm saying that's not something I'd have to introduce into the discussion.
But they have to believe that.
They have to believe it, but I don't have to introduce it to explain God.
But my point is, they would have to believe it at some point to be considered a Muslim,
and that's
right?
fine. That's fine, but that's not.
So why is it just the things in the first couple paragraphs?
I think when the first couple paragraphs is about explaining the idea of God, right? And so I think because at its face, it's a little bit trickier to kind of tell the story of the crucifixion and explain how that's God and the Trinity. I think that's why it's a little bit unfair.
Yeah, again though, that's just arbitrary. Why is it that way that it has just the things in the first couple paragraphs and not the next?
I mean, you can keep going down the next, right? And then you get to the the understanding of God within the Trinity. At what point does it become clear that it makes sense?
It makes sense when you actually study the church fathers.
And at what point and where in the church fathers' explanation of the Trinity does it click for you? Oh, okay, this makes sense.
After multiple readings, St. John of Damascus, St.
And what is it that they say? Like, if you were to summarize real quickly, that they put forth, like, if you wanted to make me understand, and you read it,
you just have to understand what the distinction between person and essence is. 3 persons, so 3 underlying realities that answer the question of who, that have one set of essential properties that make them what they are.
See, you understand it, right?
Yeah.
And you said if a person understands something, they should be able to explain it to a layman, right?
As I just did, yes.
Yeah, you just explained it, and I could be stupid, and I'm probably stupid. I don't understand it.
Okay, then what if I tell you I don't understand when you tell me about Allah?
No, but like you're talking about Christian. Why am I not Christian, right? And if Christianity is true,
Okay, I didn't
it.
understand earlier when you said Allah was absolutely one. Then you name multiple attributes. Now, does that mean that you don't actually understand?
I don't think that's. I don't think you're being genuine because I literally said you can be.
I technically would because
happy and
absolutely
sad.
one means one.
You can be ferociously punishing and merciful, right? Depending on the context.
Yeah, but what does absolutely mean?
Not meaning it could not. Absolute would mean like. I mean, what is?
See what I'm saying? You don't even know the words what you're using. You don't even know what they mean. That's the issue.
When I say absolute one, I want to say not being able to be divisible. But then he said, "What does that even mean?" So
I'm saying, what does absolutely mean? Meaning, if something is absolutely something, what does absolutely
one
mean?
Like I would say, like WHOLE, holy one.
What does that mean?
What does that mean? It means just means one, like unity, like absolute.
So what's the difference between being one and absolutely
meaning
one?
Like there's a bunch of parts together, like what? Like,
because you can, for example, be one. It's one robot, right? And then you can take apart the robot, and then there can be like one, like another different type of one where you couldn't take away the parts, right? I think that's the difference.
So it's just parts that just can't be separated.
I guess so. Like you can't separate absoluteness versus you can't
parts that can't be separated.
No. Like for example, like one can be divisible, and then there's one that can't be divisible.
But
Like for example, I can divide 1 into 0.333, but then in terms of absolute one, I will not be able to divide 1 into those 3 parts.
So you have parts, you just can't divide them into
Are those 3 parts like inherent in the one? Like, are his attributes?
Yeah, exactly. Like inherently, you would not be able to divide those parts.
I don't know what you talking
Don't know what that means, bro. You're saying he has parts, but you can't divide them into those parts.
I never said he has parts. I said like one. There's 2 distinctions of one. You said, right? There's absolute one, and then there's what we'll call regular one, right? Correct?
I don't know the difference.
That's what you said.
We were trying to.
You just said that. You just said
we were trying to figure out the difference.
No, because you said absolute one, so we're asking you what the frick is the difference between absolute one and one. That was the whole point.
Yeah, the absolute one is one that can't be divided.
And to divide means parts, is what you're saying.
Yeah, the one that can't be separated into parts. Yeah.
So what
is this one? What? Like, what is it one of?
Yeah.
Absolute one has no parts.
What is it one of, though?
It's absolutely one.
No, what is it one of?
What is it one of? Like, what is... You're just saying one.
There's no of anything.
So it's just the
one of nothing?
No, it's the one of everything.
Wow. One of everything?
What does that mean?
So, like, for example, in the context of the 99 names, the one is included within the one would be like mercy, justice, love. But
so they all make up the one, or like how are we getting this one?
No, it's included within the one.
So the one is divisible into
part of the
mercy,
essence or the inherency of the one, right? So like I wouldn't be able to take any of those attributes out of the one. It's not divisible. I can't like splice up the
same attributes
and be like, okay, 33 of these attributes is for a third of it, and then 33 attributes is for another third. It's like you could not separate, you could not divide, you cannot pull apart.
Is he his attributes, or is he something other than his attributes?
He is his attributes. Yeah.
Then his attributes have to be one.
I'm sorry.
So mercy and
God is the merciful. So like we call Ar-Rahman, Ar-Rahim.
So they're the same thing then.
What is your question?
So mercy and wrath would be the same thing then in reality.
No, because like I said,
they're not absolutely one.
So you're saying in order to be absolute one, you can't have any differentiating.
I'm just trying to
attributes?
figure out what in the world you mean by absolutely one, bro. We trying to help you out, and
I don't know. I find it, to be honest, I find it kind of like.
I want to say it was supposed to be just easy, but I guess
people
just never ask.
I understand you guys are trying to make a point, and I feel like I already gave the answer, and you guys are just pushing on this point.
You're saying it don't make sense, dude.
Fair to you. You can keep pushing on the point, even if you want to just be like contrarian. But I think like when I first started the conversation, I was trying to like deal with your question. Why aren't you Christian, right? And so, and I see that you're trying to make your point by making your point against Islam. I'll give it to you, right? But like my point against Christianity still stands.
I'm saying, well, yeah, our point though is that it's gonna be like a hypocritical point if you still believe in Islam, but this is the reason why you don't believe in Christianity.
I think it's easier to understand Islam in that sense.
Easier to understand. Don't make it true, bro.
Right.
Yeah.
No, but I don't think anyone's gonna be like, what do you mean by absolute one? Like I don't think that's a natural. I think that's a debate. Right. I think that's a debate reaction.
I don't even think it's easier.
I don't think I've ever.
Islam
I'll tell you. I don't think I've ever had anyone ever ask me, what do you mean absolute one? Right. That's such a debate.
You've never been questioned.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what.
I've talked to. I'm American, right? So most of the people I know are non-Muslim, and I don't think anyone's.
Most of the people don't really care to dive deep into religion. You're gonna go walk up to someone and say God is absolute one. They're gonna say, okay, cool.
Listen, I wouldn't say I'm a proselytizing Muslim. Like, I don't go out telling me to, right? But people, I look pretty like, not American in the sense of being a white Christian, right? So people are like, oh, your name's Omar, then they assume like you're Muslim, right? And they ask me questions and like, what do you believe? And I'll answer basically, and they're like, oh, okay, interesting, and they move on with their life. But they never ask me, what do you mean by absolute one? When I say, yeah, we just believe in one God, and he sent prophets and with a message, and the message changed, and finally ended
do you
with
think
Muhammad.
do you think everything about Islam makes more sense than Christianity?
I would say a lot of it does. Yeah. I again, like the question was,
what's heaven in Islam?
Like I would say heaven is just like the afterlife, right? There's like two sides of the coin. One's hell, one's heaven.
What happens in heaven? Like, what is heaven?
You're enjoying yourself. You're reaping the rewards
How are you
of the life you lived in the world. But like again, I really want to bring it back. Though? Again, I understand. Okay, listen, I understand you have questions and you want to trip me up, and that's fair.
Nah, just asking a genuine question. Just
asking a simple question.
I don't think there's any question you have that you would ask me genuinely, because I'm not the scholar or the expert on this, and I think if you genuinely wanted to know a question, something, you would go on the internet and find out, right? And you asking me here I don't genuinely believe you genuinely want to know.
The reason I asked you this is because I've already researched all this stuff.
Okay, and then
it doesn't make sense.
Like I said, then you're not being.
That's why I'm trying to figure out
why. No, we're trying to help you and show you it, bro.
Why. I'm trying to figure out why you think that Islam makes more sense. That's all.
I just think it makes sense. Like, okay,
but that's why I'm asking you to explain heaven.
Prophet gets a message gets corrupt. Okay, sends a new messenger.
That's not what we're asking about, though. He's asking about heaven. He's saying heaven doesn't make sense. That's Jordan's
something
point.
Basic that everybody wants. And
heaven is basically the if you lived a good life and God deems you worthy enough of His mercy to admit you into
how do you get to heaven? What is heaven?
Yeah, it's an existence in which there's this pure happiness, essentially.
And that entails what? Like, what is
just happiness? Yeah, I mean, I can give you examples of like what happens in heaven if you really want to know. Like, you'll have the best housing, and you'll have the best clothing, and you'll be happy. You'll see your friends and family who are also in heaven and stuff. Like, yeah, I can get into that, but like, it's essentially just a place of pure love and happiness.
A little bit more than that, I think.
I mean, like, there's just so many things that I don't think you actually thought about. Like, why are we getting, like, there's pavilions, correct?
Pavilions?
Yeah.
What are, remind me, what is pavilions?
They're things that provide shade.
Oh, like the trees are so big and they'll have shade and stuff?
Yeah.
What about that?
So why is that necessary in heaven?
It's not necessary. I don't think anything would. I mean, I don't know if necessary is the right word to use.
My thing is, this seems awfully like, like they're catering to people who would be in the desert and would want shade. So that's just something.
I think in America, dude, like when I'm in East Coast, when it gets hot, I think we're all running towards the shade, right?
Yeah, that just seems like carnal, like earthly. That just sounds like something somebody made up.
No, I think the idea of the shade and
so yeah, so the question would be, right, so if you were catering to men, okay, you were catering to men, and you would want them to have something that's like they really want, some place they really want to be, what would you give them? If you could give them anything they want, nothing's a sin, what would you give them?
I would give them the biggest houses, the best food, the best drinks. I would give them a beautiful wife. I would give them, also the most important thing about heaven, right, according to Islam, is, you're able to see God, right, and be in His presence, and, bask in that, His glory. So, I mean, but in terms of like, how do you get the layman to be enticed to do good, right? That's
not what I'm asking. I'm just asking the things that you would give them. Like the
like I said, like the best food, the best housing, the whatever, the best horses or cars or whatever it may
best
be,
girls.
Right? Yeah, exactly, all of it.
Sounds a lot like the Islamic heaven to me. That's the issue. Don't you find it a little don't you find it a little suspicious though?
Why would it?
Well, the question is, don't you find it a little suspicious though that the things are sins on earth are guaranteed in heaven?
Wait, you think there's something wrong with having good food?
No, that's not. There's things in Jannah, in heaven, that are sins on earth. Don't you find that suspicious?
Are you talking about like the Hur al-Ain or something?
A lot of things, like drinking alcohol, for example.
Yeah, everything is made halal there, and there's a halal version.
Yeah, don't you find that but don't you find that suspicious though, that the thing you're craving to go to heaven, you're craving to sin? Because these things are sins on earth.
like for example, we do believe, for example, a person who overeats is doing something wrong, right? Does that make eating something wrong?
That's not my
No,
point.
right?
No, my
No,
point
but
is
that
that
is
you're
my point.
craving to go to heaven and do something that's a sin, so you're inherently craving sin.
No, but like my point, in heaven, you'll be able to eat endlessly. You'll never feel hungry,
What is
but you'll never
is
be
the
able
point
to
of that?
like you'll never be able to feel full as well. But you'll be in like perfect harmony of like, oh, if you wanted to eat as much as you want, like it's just basically
If you were to
an
eat
endless,
as much as you
it's
want
like an
on,
endless,
hold on.
it's an
If you were
endless
to
ability
able to eat
act
as
on
much
your
as you want
desires that are
on earth,
that are all now made godly, essentially.
if you were able to eat as much as you want on earth, right? Would that be a sin?
I think so.
Why are some of these things just converted to like, oh, it's good now?
Because on Earth, there's obviously limited supply, right? And also we have the idea of being full. So at some point, you're just essentially being gluttonous.
So being able to have sex nonstop, that's just cool. Like why? What about that like makes that a need, like a requirement for heaven? Like why is that something that needs to be in heaven?
Because that's something men love, right? Like God is going to
It
give
sounds a
us-
little suspicious, huh? That it's just suddenly catering to a lot of men.
Yeah, I mean, I think that makes perfect sense, to be honest. Like, how
How is
else
that-
would you
how is
describe? How
that
else
an
would
end
you
goal?
get man? One second. How else would you get man to follow or to want to follow God if you were not to give him
Without
rewards?
sex?
No, 1 second. I'm getting bigger than this, right? Making a bigger point of like food, housing, like riches, and everything, right? I'm saying like, how else would you get a man to follow God at his lowest form? If you were just to go off of, being like, oh, I just want to get in for these rewards, like that being the lowest form of following God, right? How else would you get him if you were not to give him things that he would want?
By
Like, if you
showing
were to
him the
give him-
goodness of God, not just catering to his sinful
But
desires.
again, like I think that is a pretty high form of belief.
Sex?
No. Getting into like wanting to go to heaven, to be in the grace of God, to be in the glory of God.
That's not why most
you
men
just
are
said
excited
that
to
wasn't
go
why
there,
those
though.
people would go. You said that's why the men would go just to
for the
be
sex
able
and
to-
whatnot.
I'll say for the lowest tier men, I was saying, right? Like to cater to
still.
their basic. I don't think there's an issue with that. You have to give them.
You think it's
rewards.
okay for
For
God to
example-
cater to sins?
For example, would I give you the reward of like going to school and getting an education and become a doctor, and I say the reward is, oh, you're just you don't get a lot of money, you don't get a lot of cars, it's not a good status. The only thing you get is a plaque. I mean, the reward isn't befit of what you.
So
gotta
people
do.
just want the reward.
It's not a
even
plaque,
lot.
but that's the
Like,
difference, though. It's
about
God. You're not just getting a plaque, bro. You're getting God.
I agree. And I'm saying like below that, in addition with being in God's glory, you're also getting all these other, things that you desired in the human world that are made halal for you or allowable for you now.
Why wasn't it halal down here though?
Because there's aspects of it that make it toxic. Like, so for example, the alcohol, you get hungover, you act irrationally, you can, be outside.
Why didn't God just make it so that you don't get drunk? Like the way
And that's
he's
how it
doing
is.
in heaven?
And that's how it is.
Why didn't he make it like that
He do
here?
Because we're not in heaven.
Bro,
What does that have to do with anything? He could
You
have did
asked-
that here. Could he not?
He could, but then I don't understand your point.
That's my point. Why couldn't he just do that here?
That's like saying, why did we have to live this life? Why couldn't we just be in heaven?
No, because heaven's going to be with God. That's the difference.
Yeah, why couldn't we just
But
be
why
with God
couldn't he
in the
make
beginning?
specifically alcohol?
Yeah,
bro,
but you're
this is
asking, why
literally
couldn't
our
we just be
point.
with God in the beginning? Why did we have to go through this life?
Bro, we have answers for all this.
We have a whole different answer for that, bro.
The reason we say it is because this is a test, right? Are you going to be able
It's
to?
a test?
Oh,
Yeah,
here we
like
go.
a lot of like.
Does
for
God-
example,
hold on, does God know everything?
God made lust a test for men, right?
Ooh, Lord, he made lust?
A test for men, right? He
He
gave us
made lust. Allah made lust for us as a test.
Yeah, I mean, obviously.
But question.
Like he made women a test for men. Like, could we?
Yo, woman, y'all are just a test, by the way.
And men are a test for women too. 100%. We're all
So
a test
he's
for each other.
placing these
You're a test for
sins.
me.
He's
I'm a test
placing
for you.
these
We're all
sins in our
like,
life.
am I going to be able to respect you? Like, you are a test for me. Am I going to be able to treat you in a friendly and in a respectable manner? 100%. We're all a test for each other, and everything in this life is a test to us.
Does
100%.
Allah know everything?
Oh, 100%.
Then why does he need to test us?
Because we have to act out our free will, so that we won't be able to say, God, but I never did it. You didn't give me that chance. So that we can see for ourselves, we went through it, we did it, and we chose our destination.
And everybody's supposed to receive this test, correct?
I imagine so, yeah.
Okay, what happens to babies when they die? They didn't get a test.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, they just go to heaven.
Whoa. Why do they just get to go to
Yeah,
heaven
what is
without
this?
a test? Aren't they gonna say Allah, hey man?
Yeah, because I mean that's a good question, but
It's a good question because it's illogical.
But don't you
for it to
guys
be a
believe
test.
babies go to heaven too?
Bro, we don't think life is a test.
we got a different view. Yeah,
We
we don't think it's a test, and we
believe none of
also
this
think
stuff.
babies still get a choice. So it's a
Babies
little
still get a
different.
choice of going to heaven.
We don't, look,
Yeah, bro, it's
none of this
different. It's
test stuff. We don't believe in this test stuff.
Yeah, we don't believe what you believe about that.
That's illogical for it to be a test. And yeah,
I think
everybody
that's the
doesn't even
most
get to take
basic.
the test.
Honestly, that's the most reasonable question. If someone asks me, "What is this life?" I'm like, "Yo, this life's a test."
So what test do babies take then?
And they didn't have the test.
So
They didn't
why
get the
do
test.
babies get to go for free? Yeah, what's the? Why
Because
didn't Why didn't Allah just make it so we all just went there then?
Because living life and going through life is also a blessing, right? And they didn't get to have that blessing.
Not if you don't go to heaven.
Yeah, but you had the blessing of living, right? So, for example,
They
like,
get the blessing of
for
living
example,
too. Do
for
they not
example-
live in heaven?
For example, a person who's blind, his eyesight will not be held against him because he never used his eyesight. So, for example,
That's not the point.
No, it is.
You
the point.
said
One
the
second.
reason why
I
we're
gotta
giving
answer-
this. Hold on.
Okay,
You said
one
the
second.
reason why we're giving this test is so that we can't say, "Oh, Allah, I never had this."
Exactly. And in the same example, a blind.
So how
man,
are the babies? So all the babies are saying, "Hey,
Okay,
we
can the
didn't
baby
choose
say
this."
that?
Say what?
Like, hey, I didn't get to exercise
If we're
my
going to
free
heaven,
will.
why would they argue?
So then why didn't we all go to heaven?
That's the point.
Say it again.
So then why didn't we all go to heaven?
Because you live this life.
Oh my, that's
Bro, are you not getting it?
No, you have the blessing of living life. Babies never had the blessing of living life. For example, I just wanted to make
You
this
just
quick
said they're not going to complain, and then the reason you said that this is a test is so that we can't complain. If we were in heaven, we wouldn't complain. So why in the world didn't we just go to heaven?
No, I said the reason. Wait. Say the reason we can't complain. What did you say?
You
No,
said
because
it's
that
a
entails-
test,
that
and the
entails-
reason
that-
we have to go through the test,
no,
even
no,
though
no.
Allah knows everything, is so that we can't complain and say, "Yo, we didn't go through this." But babies
No, that's
get to
not
go
what
to
I said.
heaven
That's
and
not
say,
what I said.
"Oh, like, hey, I'm not going to complain because
Like,
we're in
you
heaven."
mean-
So
okay,
therefore, we
I-
wouldn't have complained if we just went to heaven.
I will say, one, you misunderstood, but two, I didn't clarify. I meant, like, for example, if we didn't go through this test, and if God knew where we're gonna go, that includes the answer that people are
We
gonna go to
wouldn't
hell.
have had to go if it wasn't a
No, one
test.
second.
We could have just went to heaven.
Let me just say the answer, because that means you're saying, okay, why doesn't God just put people where they're gonna be, and instead of making them go through this
No,
test?
why
right?
didn't He just put us all in heaven?
Well, the Islamic understanding is that we were shown heaven and hell before we entered this world, and we were each asked, "Do you want to go? Do you want to have this life, or do you want to take this test?" And we saw hell, we saw heaven, and we saw how beautiful heaven was, and we're like, "Yes, I'm willing to go through this test." So, like, our Islamic understanding, or the answer.
So the
to
babies
that
just went
is
for
that-
no reason.
Yeah, and they got a free ride to heaven.
Why doesn't everyone get that?
I mean, why does everyone not get that? I don't understand your question.
Why doesn't everyone? I want a free ride to heaven.
Listen, that's not the way it was written for you.
But
That's unfair.
That doesn't make sense.
It's not unfair because babies never got the blessing of living this life.
Bro, I would rather get the eternal blessing guaranteed.
I mean, you never know. Some people, for example, say, I rather, like, you find people who are lottery winners, and they're like, I wish this never happened to me. But then you find a bunch of people be like, I wish I was a lottery winner.
You think people are gonna say, "I wish heaven never happened to me"? In your belief?
No. But I think there's a certain blessing. But I think there's also, for example, you can have the blessing of being at the highest level of heaven that I'm not sure, and I'm not going to categorize, but I'm not sure are afforded to babies, right? Or people who die of early age. So I think there's extra blessings to people who have done
And you do know,
criminally
but
good.
and look, I'm just going with you on this. But you do know that not all babies are guaranteed heaven, right?
In Islam?
Yes.
I don't know that, so I'm not going to comment yes or no.
Well,
but
there's
from my
hadiths on
understanding,
it
they
that a
are.
child that died and then Muhammad's wife was like talking about, oh yeah, he's gonna be one of the blessed ones, and Muhammad said, not too fast.
Yeah,
I
I'd
don't
have
know what
to.
Allah has planned for that.
Is that like a hadith?
Yes.
Okay, I'll look that up. And you said basically like what kind of child that?
It was just a child that died. I can probably find a hadith.
Okay, yeah. If you want to like message me the hadith, I'll look into it. I've never heard of it, but I mean, I don't want to take up too much of your time. I feel like I've been here for too long,
Yeah,
but I just
no
wanted to
worries.
answer your question. I appreciate.
All right, bro. Just think about that. I appreciate you hopping up, man.
Yeah, you too, man.
All right. All right. Let's see what we got.
I gotta go to class.
All right, bro.
I'll send you the hadith if I find it.
All right, bro. Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
Yes, hi.
What's going
All
on?
right. Okay. Nothing. I just have a question.
Okay.
Now, you said why aren't you Christian?
Yeah.
Why do you want me to be Christian? I'm a Muslim.
I think everyone should go to heaven. It's a great place.
Everyone should go to heaven.
Yes.
What about serial killers?
I'm
Or
gonna
someone-
give you the benefit of the doubt and hope that you're not one.
Oh no.
Okay, good. So I would like you to go to heaven then.
No, I'm just saying. You want me to go to heaven? Why?
I think everyone
Why
should
do you
worship the
think-
true
why do you
God and
think
go to heaven.
Why do you think if I'm Christian, I'll go to heaven?
You would have a better chance at it.
So what is the reason? Like the main reason before heaven? Talk about it.
Because you should be worshiping the true God.
Good. I worship it 5 times a day.
No, you don't. You worship the false God.
What
The
does false,
true God is Jesus Christ.
What does false God mean?
It means it's not true, meaning not the Most High.
What?
Meaning
How did
possibly
you
a
know?
demon.
How did you know it's true or not?
Because we know the true God raised from the dead. So if your God didn't raise from the dead, he's not the true God.
Okay. So let me tell you something.
I can't hear you when you're off the screen. Hello?
The other guy, about the names of Allah that we have like 99 of them, right? Every time he says a name, merciful, you say, oh, so he's not one, so he's a merciful, right? How many names you have for Jesus and for the Father?
Could be anything. We don't have a certain number.
You do. You have characteristics, right?
No, we don't have a certain number.
Well, you don't have a certain number, but you can call him like merciful, loving, divine, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that means you have more gods now.
No,
As long-
what?
Which, that's
Attribute?
what-
So wait, multiple names mean multiple gods?
That's what you were telling.
No, it wasn't,
The
bro.
guy
He
before-
said he
that's
was
what you were-
absolutely one, which would mean one in every sense.
And whenever he says he's merciful, for example, you say, oh, so he's two, or he's three.
Okay,
or you
is
have
God
one.
one in every sense?
What it means in Islam, when you say God one, it means that he does not have partnership in creations or anything.
Okay, I don't
He's
think you
the
understood what the
only one.
convo was. The conversation was the difference between being one and absolutely one.
Yes, when he said what he meant, I totally understand what he's saying, but you guys didn't want to understand what he said. What he meant with the one, which means you could be a one now. Nick is one, right?
Yes.
But you have different parts of your body, right?
Yes.
But if you say that God is one, he does not have parts, he does not have partners, he's the only one. And when I describe him as a merciful or any other name out of the 99 names, I'm not making him 99. I'm just
Okay, our
describing
God doesn't have
him.
parts either, so what's the issue?
Yes, same thing. So that I'm asking you.
So what's the issue?
You're asking Muslims specifically. You're not asking Jewish. You're not asking
Yes,
any
I am.
1,000 religions. You're asking Muslims. So I'm telling you, I don't need to be Christian because basically I believe in one God, okay, who created us all, and I believe that God who created me should not have partners with him, right? And
Why do you believe that though?
Because he's powerful. How can
That doesn't
someone
mean that he can't be three
this
persons.
powerful? No. Someone powerful does not need partners. He does not need help. He does not need to be
Yeah,
human.
we don't think he needs help. It's the same power.
He could be He could be like a son. How can I call him a father? Who is a father? A father? Can you?
Jesus
tell
called
me?
him a father.
Can you tell me who's the father?
Yeah,
Like, what is
the father is
Describe
Yahweh.
it. What is a father?
A father is one who begets.
No. I'm not talking about the father the way you take it as Christians. I'm saying
Then what do you mean? What do I mean as a father?
then the word father.
Yes, the word father means to beget.
Okay, the word father, when you say on earth, what's a father?
It
Who's
means to beget.
Yeah, so I don't need to have a father. I already have one.
So
I
then
can
why
have
did Jesus pray to the Father then? Why did he call God the Father?
I believe in Jesus, and I believe that Jesus would come back. And I read a chapter in the Quran of Mary every day.
Okay, why did he
believe
pray
that
though and call God the Father?
It's in your Bible. He did not
Yes.
call him. No, it's in the Bible, right?
Yes. So why
It's
did he call God Father?
It's maybe because sometimes you say God Father. He doesn't have to be your biological father. He
So
could
we
be your,
can call God Father in a sense.
well, but me, I can't.
How do you
As
know
Muslim,
how do you know what Jesus actually said?
In Quran, I know, but in the Bible, I don't.
How do you know the Quran's from God?
Because I believe. Listen, I believe in all books. Okay.
All of them?
Yes, all of
So
them.
you believe in the Bible?
Well, let me tell you something. If I don't listen to me, and focus, because I realize that you always like to take the first word and just keep going with it. Okay.
Please tell me what you mean by you believe in all books. Please.
I am not going to be a true believer if I don't believe in all prophets and I don't believe in the books, including the Jewish book, right? There's only one little thing about the Bible is that there are many versions of it, right? So it's kind of confusing. It's confusing.
So so you said you believe in all the books though.
Even you Christians, with all respect, Nick, even you Christians, some of you believe in one Bible, some believe in the other.
Okay, you say you believe in all of them though.
I believe in all the books that was sent from God, but the Bible was basically divided, right? So there is something wrong about it.
No, it wasn't divided. How was it divided?
Well, each one of you believe in one.
That's not true.
It is true.
I believe in all the versions.
You. That's good for you, but not every single Christian. I have neighbors. Each one of them goes to a different church, and each one of them, say different things about the other church, Catholic or whatever. I don't know the names.
That don't mean we don't read the same Bible.
Yeah, but that means there are many Bibles, right?
You have multiple Qurans.
No, we don't have multiple Qurans. See?
You sure?
We only have one. I am 100% sure. You know why?
Are you sure?
I am 100% sure. Get it? I can buy the Quran from anywhere.
Do you think so? Go ahead.
Copy paste. Bring it to me now.
There's not multiple Qurans. Go ahead, Soph.
Send it to me. Send it to me.
Enlighten us, please.
Send it to me.
Don't you have words? House, Talum, Ibn Kathir,
No, those are not. Okay, got you guys. No, those are not Qurans. Those are people.
Those are not Qurans.
No, those are not Qurans.
Wait, so the Hafs Quran isn't a Quran?
No. Those are different. Listen, those are different writings. It's basically
different writings, so a different revelation from Allah.
But they're the same. No. They are different writings, but they don't have different verses. Okay. So, for example, let me tell you. You go to Mecca, right? During Ramadan, there are millions of people who pray at the same time behind one person, and that person recites the full Quran.
Which one, Hafs or worse?
Ramadan.
Which one?
I'm talking about Mecca.
Okay, but which Quran do they recite? Is it Hafs or worse?
Listen. Even if it's Hafs or worship anything, people behind him will correct him if he says something wrong.
What's the difference between Hafs and worse Quran? Or I mean, is there a difference? Sorry, between Hafs and worse Quran?
Yeah, that's good. The difference in them, like for example,
I'm saying, is there a difference?
I'm explaining.
I know what the difference is. I'm asking, is there a difference?
No, there's no difference in verses.
So
One of
Hafs and
them
so
has
Hafs and
some-
Warsh have no difference between them.
No, one of them. Listen to me. One of them has the writing differently because it doesn't.
So
have
there
the
is a difference.
No. Because people are back then. Okay, listen to me. If I read it, it's gonna be the same. If I memorize the Quran, it's gonna be the same everywhere.
You just
I'm
said
not-
they're different in their writing.
No. I'm talking when you say writing. Okay, in Arabic, there's a writing that does not have some dots because you need to learn about Arabic first to know the different writing in Arabic.
Oh, wait. She
Yes.
just made a point, by the way, Nick. Hold on.
Or
Let me go ahead and
fonts,
address
yeah,
that point.
or
She just
fonts.
made a
Someone just-
huge
there are
point.
different fonts,
Sister
different
Soma,
fonts.
you made a
Different
good point. Hold on, sister. You made a good point. Please allow me. You said that there is some, Quran versions that it has tashkil, which is dots, and some that doesn't. Let me ask you a question.
Yes.
Does the dots, which is the tashkil, does it change the meaning of the words?
No, it doesn't.
Are you sure about that? Like, for example,
Mhm.
when we say ajabtu, right?
Yes.
There is a dhamma. And we say ajabta.
Yeah.
Is that two different meanings?
Ajabtu and ajabta is two different meanings, yes. However, when you go to no, don't take that road with me. No, don't take that road with me. Wait. There's one thing
Okay,
that
go
we
ahead.
have. We always go back to the scholars who had the explanations and from their point of view, obviously, of the Quran.
Explanation of what? The Arabic language
the
that they're going to
verses.
explain?
No.
Since I already been to school, Arabic school, and
No.
I've studied the grammar and everything? We need a scholar?
It's not easy for you. It's not easy for you to learn. So I'm Arabic, right? And it's not easy
It's
for
a
you to learn.
magical language, guys.
It's
Yes.
not. No. It's not easy for you to learn Arabic if you don't really get into.
I
like,
know
the
the
deep
language. I
things.
was born there, so you're not talking to a layman, sister.
No.
I'm
You
from
were
Middle
born-
East.
You were born there. It doesn't mean that you know Arabic. Because I can ask you an easy question right now about some Arabic things, and you're not going to be able to know them.
No, trust me, I know more than you and more than your own
But
Quran.
you
Trust me, I could
definitely-
teach
you know
you
different- you know
about
why?
you and about your
Listen,
Quran. But anyways,
listen,
let's get to the
King
point,
Self,
sister.
King Self, let me tell you something. You definitely know more. You know
Go
why? Because there's
طبعاً I
there's
know.
a difference between two people. One person who tries to find to search so they can find a truth, and one person who tries to find
One person that
flaws.
actually read the Quran and wants to actually expose the quote of the Quran because it's not from God, right? Is that true?
I'm not.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
not.
true. I agree. 100%. I agree with you. But anyways, let's get to the point because you
I'm
said
not saying anything
that
about
there
the
is
Quran. I'm
two.
just telling him that I'm.
Sister,
I'm
you
there
gonna monologue or can we get to
Yeah,
the
go ahead.
discussion? Can we engage? All right,
Yeah, go
awesome.
ahead.
So I asked you a simple question. I said, because you said that the tashkil does not change the meaning. Now, I asked you a simple question and you proved my point. I said, is there a difference between ajabtu and ajabta? You said yes. There is
You're talking
different
about
meanings.
myself.
Can I
Yes,
finish?
Yes.
Let me
I
finish.
just
Allow me.
talking about
You
myself.
said
I
that
just
those are two different meanings. Thank you so much. So one of them that you're talking about yourself, that you're referring to yourself, and the other one is referring to the one in the sentence, right? Which is the jumla mufida, correct?
Yeah.
Awesome. If I show you that, would that be a contradiction, sister? Would that still be from God?
No, it's so funny if you're gonna show me one thing on the Quran, right? And you're gonna tell me, oh, so that's gonna make it.
But you just said that there is no difference
That's gonna
between
make it-
the house and wash. Didn't you just say that?
Uh-oh.
I'm sorry. I just went off. I had to answer a call. Go ahead.
No, that's totally fine, sister. Let me go ahead and repeat myself. Didn't you just say that there is no difference between the Quran Hafs and Warsh? Or, for example, Khalif and Hamza?
No, what I'm saying is it's not. I didn't say that there's no difference in the meaning, but there's a difference in the font.
Oh, so there is differences between the Quran versions, right? Which is Hafs compared to Warsh, right? Oh, thank you so much
So
for
there is
actually
different
affirming
Qurans.
this.
No, there's
And showing to us that there is
exactly. See what I'm
multiple
saying?
Qurans and that has different meanings,
Guys,
and they
stop
are not from God.
Guys, stop it.
Thank you so much. We appreciate you
You're
for
trying- no.
considering.
You're trying to
All
find.
right, take care.
All right, Nick. You
All
do
right,
your thing,
then, brother.
man.
Self, take care, man.
You too.
Alright, let's see what we got next, man. What we got next, man? Hello?
Hey, how are you, bro?
Good, what's going on?
Good. I have 3 questions. The last 3 months I studied the Bible.
Okay.
Are you Trinitarian? How you call it?
Yeah, I'm a Trinitarian.
3 gods? Okay.
No, that's not 3 God. You've been studying for 3 months and you don't even know the Trinity is... Bruh. I don't know what you've been studying.
What I study? I will tell you what I study, brother. The last time what I see. So, like Isaiah 45:5, it says, I am the Lord, and there is
Besides
no
me, there
other
is no God.
apart
Amen.
from me. There is no
Amen.
God. So, what? Amen.
Amen.
So how,
There's
and
only
you
one
say
God.
God.
Amen.
And how many you worship? Why you call
We
yourself
worship one
Trinitarian?
God.
And you say Trinitarian.
Yep.
So is
The
this
Trinity
one
is one
God?
God.
Yes. Did you hear the verse good? What he says?
Yes, it just means there's one God. We worship one God as Trinitarians.
And how many you count?
One God, 3 persons.
So why you say 3 when the verse say 1?
Because it's saying there's one God. Those 3 persons are the same God.
But no, he don't say here 3. He say 1.
Dang, why do you count 99 names when only one? Allah says he's only one.
Listen good. Listen good. I am the Lord, and there is no other apart from me. There is
Amen. The
no
Father,
God.
Son, and Holy Spirit are the same God.
No. Did he say 3? Trinity?
Oh, wow. When Allah said he is one, did he say 99
No.
names?
Don't
Did
panic.
he say
Don't,
99 names?
No. Don't
Y'all
do
see the
circle. Don't
inconsistency,
panic.
right?
No. Stay on the
I
topic,
love it.
please.
I love it.
Okay, stay on the topic, please. Stay here. Then you go further with me. But stay here. Did he say 3 gods?
We don't believe in 3 gods. You slow.
So what? So if you don't believe, why are you saying from your mind, from your mouth, you say 3?
We don't believe in 3 gods.
So what is Trinitarian then?
Alright, bro. Yeah, you've been studying for 3 months and you gonna ask me what is the Trinity? You ain't been studying nothing, bruh. Oh my god. You have not studied a lick of nothing. This is crazy. This is crazy. This is crazy. Hello?
Hello.
Hello?
All I want to add to the conversation is it's interesting that the people that you bring up make the point, actually prove your point that you're
Amen.
trying to prove. You know, it's
Amen.
very interesting. And it's like, for example, the issue about the versions, the Arabic guy clearly showed that here there are 2 separate versions. Because that's what they always throw at Christians.
Where'd she go? She must have left. She must have left. Alright. Hello?
Yo, what's up?
What's going on?
Not much. So like your the words on the screen said, "Why aren't you Christian?" Like, why do you think I should be Christian?
Because it's the only true religion.
You said it's the only true religion.
Yeah.
Okay, so how did you come to that conclusion, though? Like, everybody has different perspectives, so like maybe my perspective is not as
For
clear as
number
yours.
one, it's the only Abrahamic religion that actually follows the prophets, the true prophets' teachings. So that's
The
just
true
that's
prophet.
just the first thing. Yeah.
So you do believe that Abraham, you say Abrahamic religion. So you believe that Abraham, Moses, and Noah all believed in the Trinity and all of that.
Yes.
Where do you find that at?
The Bible.
Can you point out the verse where you find that at?
I mean, start off with this Genesis 1:26. God said,
Let me-
"Let us create man in our image."
No, I said can you point out a verse in the Bible where Abraham, Moses,
Yes, that
Noah
was Moses.
where they worship a Trinity?
Yeah, that was Genesis 1:26. That's Moses' writing. So
God create. You said say that again.
let us create man in our image. Why does Moses talk about how there's a distinction, there's a multiplicity in personhood?
Bro, that has nothing to do with the Trinity. You're forcing the Trinity on.
Answer the question. Why does he say there's a multiplicity in personhood?
Where did you?
Let us create man in our image.
When God speaks in like plurality, it's like in the royal way of speaking, like the what you call it
There
like
wasn't royal we's in that time.
Yes, it was, bro.
Okay, show me.
What do you mean show me? It's all over the Bible.
Okay, give me evidence. Show me that there's royal we's in Moses' time.
You said show you that there's royal we's
existed in Moses' time in ancient Hebrew. Yeah, show me.
So you're claiming first before I show you. So you're claiming that verse substantiate that there is a Trinity there.
Yeah, at least a multiplicity in God. Now go ahead, show me.
A multiplicity in God, a Trinity, right?
Yes. Now show me.
All right, I'm about to pull up the Bible. Hold up.
Okay, you're gonna show me there's royal we's there. Can't wait.
That God uses we everywhere, right? In the Old Testament.
You're supposed to show me that royal we's existed during Moses' time.
I'm going to show you in the Bible.
How are you going to show me in the Bible that a we is a royal we?
Because the Old Testament is inside is the Bible, right? What are you trying to?
And I think when it says we, it's talking about a multiplicity of persons. So how on earth are you going to show me in the Bible?
Oh, so you think when it says we, it's talking about multiplicity of people?
Yeah, that's what a plurality means. Yeah.
Bro, you can't be serious, right?
Is that not what we means? Is more than one person?
In some cases, it does mean more than one person, but in a royal
so show me that royal ways existed in Moses' time of Hebrew.
Bro. And I know what you're doing too, because like you're
I'm asking for evidence. God forbid.
I'm gonna show you the evidence, bro.
Great, so go ahead, just show us. We'll wait.
And I'm gonna show you in the Bible. That's what you want, right?
Oh my God! How are you going to show me in the Bible that royal we's existed in Moses' time?
Because God uses we as a royal we.
How are you going to show me that he's How are you going to show me that he's using it as a royal we instead of as a plurality of person?
Because most in most cases, whenever he uses we, then it turns into a singularity.
How do you know?
It doesn't continue. The verse doesn't continue as a plurality way that you're talking about. It continues as a singular person talking.
Okay, show me.
In the Bible, right?
Yeah, show me.
Okay. Hold up. I'm gonna show you in the Old Testament. Since you say Moses' time.
Great.
Just give me a second.
What's good, y'all? If y'all ain't here, make sure y'all double tap on the screen, like the live, request up only if you guys are Muslim. While we wait for this fantastic evidential prospect. I don't know what just popped up. But as we wait for this great evidence, can't wait, guys. Make sure y'all liking the live. If y'all are on the YouTube, you guys, link in bio to YouTube. If you're not just watching on TikTok.
Okay, so I got a verse here.
Okay. What verse?
Let me see. Hold up. It's in Hebrew, so hold up.
You said it's in what?
I said it's in Hebrew, so hold up. I gotta try to translate it. Okay, so Genesis 1:26.
That's the verse in question, bruh.
Yeah, that's
That's
what I'm
the
saying.
you can't bring up the verse that's in question.
So what are you trying? Look, that's a royal we is what I'm
Nah,
trying to
there's
say.
no way, bro.
Okay,
This
how
man
about
literally slow as molasses, bro. He does. Oh my gosh. That is literally the verse in question, bro. This can't be for real. Bro, I knew something, bro. I swear I knew that's what he was gonna bring up, bro. This can't be. This can't be. I refuse to believe it. I refuse it. Oh, good God. Guess requests are open to heal a Muslim. This is absurd. I'm not gonna lie. This actually might be absurd. Ain't nobody rising Khan, bro. That man might actually be the slowest Muslim on TikTok. He just gonna come up and say, who did Jesus sacrifice himself to? I'm telling you, I already know. D's, why don't you hop up, bro? You been yapping in the comments. Why don't you hop up? You been yapping a lot in the comments, so why don't you hop up, bro? Guest request is open. It's a lot of keyboard warriors, I fear. Hey, I'll answer your question if you hop up. Come on up. We can talk about it. Or maybe you're just wanting to hide behind your screen and continue to be scared. He does this in every live. That's embarrassing. That's mad embarrassing. Imagine talking crap and then like hiding behind the screen. That's embarrassing. I ain't even gonna lie, bro. Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, what's going on?
I just need some information from you more than anything.
Okay.
Every time I chat to Muslims here, I get shut off by them. And the question I want to ask is, they always say Jesus was Muslim. Now, Islam came 600 years after Christianity. How can Jesus be Muslim?
I don't believe that. I don't know why you asking me. I don't believe that.
Nor do I.
So why are you asking me?
You're on this chat, defending Christianity, aren't you?
Yeah, and I don't believe that,
So
though.
I'm coming to you for some help. That's what I'm doing.
But I'm confused. Some help on what? Maybe I'm confused on what you're asking because you just asked how can Jesus be a Muslim
What can I say back to him then? All I say to him is, Islam was 600 years later. How can Jesus be Muslim? And they give me all these talks about this and that and blah, blah, blah. And he prays like them and he does everything that Muslims
okay, here, how about this?
Yes?
Ask them this. Ask them when Jesus prayed, who did he call God? And show them how he called God the Father. And then ask them if Allah is the Father. That's what I'll do.
So sorry, you're saying that
show them that Jesus prayed to the Father. And then ask them if
yes.
Allah is the Father. And so that will show them it's not the same God that Jesus submitted himself to.
So Allah to them, is God, yes?
Yes.
And Jesus wasn't praying to Allah.
He was praying to the Father specifically.
His Father, yes?
Yes.
They don't seem to understand that.
I don't know what to tell you, bro. I'm not them, so.
I thought you'd be a bit more helpful.
Yeah, bro, I don't know what to tell you, bro. You sitting up here saying Muslims don't understand that. What the frick do you want me to do about that? What do you want me to do? My bad. Let me just go make them all understand it. Bro, I even tried to help too. Normally I just kick people. See, this is why I don't even be trying to help people, bro. Because folks be coming up here like, bro. Ungrateful ass, bro. I'm trying to ask for help from my brother. You literally, bro, oh my good God. You literally just asked me. You said they don't understand that. I don't know what you want me to do about that. I'm be honest. I don't know what you want me to do about it when you say they don't understand it. They don't understand me either. Bro, gaslighting? I swear I'm getting gaslit. They don't understand me either. What do you want me to do about it? This is crazy. Yeah, guest requests are open only for people that disagree and are Muslim. He just left alive. I'm not surprised. Should have just told him to watch your videos. I still would have been the bad guy. Listen, guys, if you actually want to learn, bro, watch the lives, take notes. I have videos. And then if you want to go even more in depth after all that, I also have a Patreon that's linked in my bio. That's for people who want to go deeper on the learning. Chris, bro, you've been spamming the same comment time after time, bro. Please stop. My block list is not full, bro. Come on. I saw it the first time, though. Appreciate you being in here, but block Antoine. You don't got spam. Where's Diego at? I haven't even heard that name in forever. Please take up the entire live and teach me rebuttals. Yeah, for real. Top book recommendations for church fathers regarding the Trinity. St. John of Damascus on the Orthodox faith. If y'all feel the need to spam, go send a super chat on YouTube. For real. If y'all really want me to see a comment, the super chat is the best way. Subscribe. Many memberships being given. Absolutely. Essential hypostatic properties. Yes, there are hypostatic properties that are essential. If you disagree, guest requests are open. Please don't be a comment warrior. Syed, please. Saeed, please come up. It be the Muslims that be the comment warriors that are the funniest thing to me. They be yapping but scared as frick. Under 18? Oh, I'm sorry. I can't speak to you then. I'm sorry. Getting death threats? Yeah, that's why when I was in Houston and someone recognized me in the airport, they asked me, like, you know, it's Diego? I was like, hey. I was like, I don't associate with that shit, bro. Hello? Yeah, I was like, I do not. Hey, bro. I was in the airport in Houston. Someone yells, yo, you that do TikTok. It was like 2 years ago. And we was talking for a little bit. He was a Muslim. And we was talking for a little bit. And then like halfway through the conversation, it's like, oh, yeah, you know what I do named Diego. I'm like, yo. Hey. And this Muslim had worked at the airport, too. So I was like, yeah, nah. Hey, bro, you got it. I don't know about that shit. Never heard of him. Who? I was like, you got it, bro. I don't know how nobody ain't got that, man. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I don't know. I don't got not a clue. He burned the Quran this morning. He's still doing that? Nah, that's crazy. I'm gonna notice her. Look at that dude. Still running on definition. Still in the comments hiding. That's embarrassing. It's good, Holy Jesus. How you doing, man? Yeah. Grazik finna get unmodded real fast, dude. This is crazy. Can you unblock my main account? No, if I blocked it, it was for a reason. Do you have a YouTube link for a Muslim? Not today, no. I do my YouTube links like every other day normally. There's not one lie that Xavier doesn't tear a Quran page, bro. That man got some hatred for Islam. That's crazy. Kelby with a $5 super chat. Hey, Nick, I've been watching for only a couple weeks, but I've learned a ton. Any book recommendation from classical philosophers or early church fathers? I mean, early church fathers. Obviously, Irenaeus against heresies. The first thing I would read is Athanasius, though, against Athanasius on the incarnation. And then if you're talking about philosophers, bro, honestly, there's a lot of good contemporary philosophers today, like Bo Branson, you could read. Like, he has, like, dissertations. Nah, Grizzly with a $20 super chat. I was joking, Poppy. Poppy is crazy. Yeah, someone clip that, chat. Someone clip that. Someone screenshot that and put that in the Discord, bro. Someone screenshot that and put that in the Discord, bro. Saeed, why are you scared to come up in the request, bro? Just curious. He nervous? Most Muslims are nervous. Most Muslims are kind of nervous to debate me when they see what I do to the people they look up to. That's why they just say stuff in the comments, try to debate me from the comments, because they get scared of actually coming up. Hey, it's normal. I'm used to it nowadays, for real. I'm used to it nowadays, low-key. I ain't gonna lie. I don't know who that is. Avian? No, I don't know who it is. 3R1. I think I've seen like some of it. What is a good recommend Bible verse? I don't know what you mean by that. You don't know Agan? Wait, is that who you said was Agan? You said Avian. Or someone said Avian. I know who Agan is, yeah. But alright, y'all, I'm about to hop off though. I appreciate y'all hopping on. Make sure y'all subscribe to my YouTube if you're on TikTok. Give me to follow here on TikTok. God bless you all, and I will see y'all next time. YouTube, in the name of the Father, Son, Holy Spirit, one God. See y'all next time. Subscribe, like the live before you leave. God bless y'all, man. I'll see y'all next time. And I hope y'all have a fantastic rest of your day.